So let's see, this doesn't even seem like it has any music. It's weird that I wasn't even aware of the existence of this. I mean, it goes without saying there should be something like this, but for some reason I didn't think. I thought people just always did this like in the games themselves, like whatever's the current one, they just do that. So this is just like its own. And I guess that's not really the TCG either. That's just like the actual whatever, like Y, X, this, that. I like the UI and the polish already. This is sometimes the biggest thing is just the presentation. Obviously, I don't know anything about the rules of it, but let's see. Good music. This could be fun, but it's weird that I'm not aware of it. Like, shouldn't this be something that is, maybe it's not that popular, maybe it's not that good? Oh, it's gonna start with like some default thing. Let's take a look. So basically, my background with the series is like on 3 counts. Like I watched a lot of the show when I was younger, but I never really played the card game at all. In fact, I even have the little, whatever, the paper layout that you know, it tells you like where to put all the things, put the deck here, this and that. And I even have some of those blue things laying around somewhere still to this day that like represent the damage values and stuff. You put this little like blue ball on, like with 10 on it, or it's like just like a blue circle. But yeah, I never really played that. And as far as the games in the series, even I haven't played too many of those. I've beaten 3 of them. I guess I played a lot of them, but I never get through them all the way. Because anybody can tell you, even fans of the series, like the first 30-40% of any Pokemon game is like, you can just spam the A button the whole time because it's so simplistic and straightforward. You just have a strong Pokemon in front, you just spam that. Either you try to catch it or you can just breeze through everything. Right, just spam the A button, and until about halfway through the game, then you have to strategize a little bit, but it's still simplistic. But yeah, this is hopefully going to be interesting. I remember all these things in the middle, so everything has like a cost. I forget exactly what that means as far as like how you get it, or right click to zoom in. By the way, Zach will be how, oh, I thought I was Zach. But then who, if this person's talking to me and Zach is helping me, then who am I? It doesn't represent the player on the screen. Eevee, basic. What this might do too is like spoil some of the newer ones that I'm not familiar with. But yeah, I've only beaten 3 of them, which is Leaf Green. That was like for the GBA or whatever else before that. It was like a remake. So that was pretty good. That was the first one when I was pretty young. Then Coliseum, which I liked a lot. The graphic style is better, more serious. I almost wish they stuck with that graphic style. The only peculiar thing about that, even though I liked that a lot, in fact, I even thought I said I liked it better than Leaf Green, but I can see why people wouldn't like it because it doesn't let you collect stuff in the wild. It only lets you collect stuff from other trainers, which is like a weird. They should have combined both, right? Like the shadow Pokemon element is still there, but you can also go in the grass and catch stuff freely, which is the whole lure of the series for a lot of people. Like just being able to explore the world and catch stuff whenever and however you feel like. Weakness is that, so at least it tells you that. One thing that the actual Pokemon games never do is, right, they never tell you the weaknesses just like that. But on the other side, you have what was the third one? And then I just did on this channel, finished it earlier this year, was Pokemon Y, just out of the blue. Why not? Because I can. But that was not only a first playthrough, but that was a first playthrough permadeath. The only thing I regret is maybe I should have done permadeath Pokemon too. It was only permadeath for the player, like if I game over or pass out, you wake up back at the hospital, but I wouldn't. I did it like in the realistic way. Like if I pass out and a wild Pokemon's attacking me and all mine are passed out, I just get torn to shreds, which is realistically probably what should happen. Who just magically drags me to the hospital? It's not going to happen. There's nobody else with you most of the time. Yeah, that was one of my only successful since coming back. So that shows you how easy it is, I guess, in a way. First playthrough also permadeath, where I actually just beat it. And no, like, power leveling or anything. I just did, because it's... Oh, it even gives you a little flavor text here, too. So what would have been like the rarest card when I was younger? Probably like just Mewtwo, or, you know, one of those like legendary birds, like the Volt. I don't know what they're called. Like there's a Thunder, Fire, and Ice one. Lucario. I always liked the psychic types. Like Exetu is one of my favorite. I just love the way he looks. And maybe a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh overlap there too because of the Egyptian theme. But no, I like psychic types a lot. I like ghost types, so those two kind of go together. And As far as like, does it get its own custom cursor? It doesn't. Maybe I should, just for maximum immersion, I should use one that I have for this. Hold on. Why is the music in all these card games so quiet all the time? Maybe it's just something weird with my setup, but... Alright, so look at the... Which one was I doing? Here. This is pretty good. Every game should have a custom cursor. It's a pretty basic thing, but I'm surprised how many don't. But yeah, I know about all those legendaries. Trying to think of what other ones I like. There was one that started with an L. That's one of those birds. I don't think it's the ice one. It was like not Lucario. It's obviously fucking... Yeah, half of what I know is from Smash Brothers too. Right, like Lucario, and... I don't think I've ever... Oh no, there were Lucario in Pokemon Y, but until then, I guess that was my only... So it's almost like he was a bootleg Mewtwo in a way, right? Like he has some of the same... just the body type and the way he does stuff almost seems like they were going for that. But he's also a fighting type. He's fighting in steel, so he's not even psychic. So actually, the way they portray him in Smash Brothers, like Brawl, they make him look like a psychic type because he has that big purple ball that he charges up and stuff. So anyway, you have a 10 cost ability, 20 cost ability, Tail Whap, Small Kick. Yeah, the biggest thing I'll have to be curious about is the cost sort of structure. I'd be interested to see that. Like, what is this cost and how do you get it? That's what I don't remember. Click on the... Yeah, I had one of these, the playmat. Has 50 and 2 attacks. So it'd be kind of busted when you get to ones that have more than that, right? Just for the sheer flexibility of it. So you think of this as a fire type, but it's actually just normal. So normal is weak on fighting. I do kind of know all the type... Well, maybe not all of them, but some of them. I mostly want to see like a lot of the old school stuff, but... Each player draws... It's like... It was almost like Magic and Pokemon you looked at in the same thing. Like, they're these old school, really archaic things, and then, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff. Maybe it's not that different in terms of time, but that's why I looked at Yu-Gi-Oh! Compared to this or whatever, and it was like, it felt so much more complex. Like, the card text goes on for pages and this and that. Each player starts their turn by... So if you started with this, that would make more sense. Like, to go from that to something like Yu-Gi-Oh! And of course, Magic has a reputation for being complex. Energy allows Pokemon to attack you. You can attach one per turn, but from a maximum of how much? Attach an energy to the Rattata. Okay. So think of that as like lands from Magic, where you get... But it's a little bit different. So if you don't get this, or maybe that's all... I don't know how it works. Let's just... So does it matter what energy type you get? Like, what was that compared to this? This almost makes it feel like lightning. It says like 2012 on there. Attack. Okay. Smash kick. I hope there's an arena kind of thing in this too, like a draft. Smash kick did 10 damage. Rattata has 40, so 30 more. Oh, this is the one unique element that stuff stays around maybe more than they would in other... Right, like in Yu-Gi-Oh! You would just attack and either kill it or you would die. There's no sticking around. And like Hearthstone and Magic, you get a little bit of both. Right, but this is pretty rare. So you could have something that just sits there for a super long time. Especially when you get some of those cheesy healing things like that I always do in the games, like Leech Seed and this and that. It'll just sit there the whole game. Did 10 damage. I don't know like about life points or what even the win condition is. 30 more is enough to knock it out. Okay, let's see what he does. So we have like very limited hand, which I imagine is just for the purposes of the tutorial. Like, there's no way you'd only be having one card at a time. Fun and interactive, like how the games are just super... Okay, so those probably reset every turn to the max that you have. It doesn't really show it like being consumed or anything. But you can only attack once anyway. It's almost knocked out, so... I'm down to 20, and the most he can do is... Wait, he can just kill me, though, can't he? He can do 20, and I only have 20. This is where you'd put that little blue marker on the ground. Wait. Oh, that's how much is... Oh, that's confusing. That's how much is done, not how much is left. I get it. Heal 30. Okay, I remember stuff like that. Yeah, so these are going to be like your spell cards. There aren't really spell cards in the same way. Heal 30 damage, we get it. I have to do a no potion run like I did. Actually, I didn't do that, but that's the sort of thing I would do. So maybe you shouldn't waste that for overkill, but it's not really a waste because if it's overkill. Okay, so that thing dies. Now your prize cards, yeah, like either I could get hooked on this or it's just going to be maybe a little bit too simplistic, but I don't know. Because over the years, too, they're going to combine all the different sets and stuff. So you choose from a prize pool card when you kill something. We'll pick something from his bench. So I guess it's just when they run out, they lose, kind of like in the games. They have like... Oh, I get it. Okay. So they have 5. You can look at it like this. I have 5 left, so when I get all of them, I win. And obviously when they lose all their Pokemon, they lose. So I healed up pretty good. Fury Swipes is one that can attack over and over. Flip 3 coins. Oh, here we go. RNG to the max. Does 10 times the number of heads. And then Payday 2, draw a card. That could be a very valuable thing. He has 60. So you get Pikachu, Quick Attack. So you could almost save the energy for this so they can both do something. Rather than give 3 here. Although does 3 for this then mean that I could do both? Or like, that would be interesting to see. I almost want to try that. Oh, you have to put it here? Okay. Oh, you can only have 1 out at a time, too. I think I remember that. So you could do this ahead of time, but let's... Eevee already has enough. But, see, my meta is... Fine, it's just a tutorial, but my mindset would be different. I want to hit him with both for 30. That way I can kill him in 2 turns, which is mathematically more feasible. You could retreat, but I guess if he gets lucky, he could kill me. Well, actually, he's pretty likely to. But, didn't happen. I wonder if that's scripted or if it's actually RNG, like you could actually lose this. So now you could just retreat and switch out, but you don't even have to because you can just stack that up. So there is actually quite a bit of strategy in that, like what you decide to give it to. You could have 2 or 3 things in reserve and swap out at the perfect time. It does function a lot like the games in that sense, right? You always have your bench. Wait. Oh, I keep thinking that's how much they have left, not how much... Okay, fine. If you got knocked out, I'm sure that's supposed to happen. I'm doing it just for the entertainment of the tutorial. That's going to confuse the shit out of me. That's already happened like twice. When it says 40, that doesn't mean that's how much they have left. That means that's how much you've done to them. So they have 20 left. You got 3, so you can do Electro Ball. So does that mean I can't do that? Or is that like in Magic where it could be any element? Okay, so the white thing can be any element, but the other ones have to be the correct element. In this case, he only had 2, but I guess it's always going to be 6 probably. Yeah, I even had 6 prize cards, so maybe that doesn't even make sense. Good job, my daughter Ella is going to help me teach you more advanced rules. I just want to see how the multiplayer element works, or if anybody even plays this, because for some reason it feels like something I'm just not aware of, but... Okay, this looks a more normal hand, but is this going to be like the land issue from Magic, where it just kind of... Either you have too many, you draw, you top deck a land when you need something else, or you get countless other things, and you need lands the whole game, so either way they screw you over, by their excess or by their lacking. Player who goes first, but you're not really drawing into your Pokemon, right? Didn't they come from like a different pile? Opponent's deck. Or maybe not, maybe I drew into Pikachu. Remember, the player who goes first can attack on the first turn. That's pretty standard. Or at least there's like so there is no rest sort of thing, where when you summon something it can't attack on the first turn. It's more so just it can't attack on the very first turn. So let's see, what are Jigglypuff's abilities here? Continuous Tumble, that's the only ability. I thought you'd have more, like Lullaby, or there's so many good things. Yes, that's the second time Smash Brothers has misinformed me on something. Spreading misinformation like the fucking Ness in Earthbound couldn't use PK anything. He couldn't use the whatever powers, the Psy powers in that game at all. It was that little girl who got to use it. But the way they show it in Smash, obviously in the sequels he can, but in the original he couldn't. And so in the same sense, I'm expecting all these things from the Pokemon from that. But it's not like I haven't seen these in the actual games too, but... so put this on the bench. So I've taken 30. Flip a coin. So there's a lot of these random effects. So I could die here. It'd have to hit me twice, but I guess I'll just let stuff die for now. I am curious to see if it lets you do that. I think you might only be able to attack once, so it wouldn't be worth it. If you could attack twice, then I could have just done 30. I'll just do stage 1 evolution. Okay, this must be some new mechanic that wasn't originally there, right? Now she can evolve. Yeah, that definitely wasn't. Or it was more complex, I think, how you did it. You would have to, like, play a particular... Or was it really that simple? You could just... Stage 1 does 20 times the number of Pokemon that have round attack. What? 20 times the number... would they have to be here, I wonder, for that to work? Or just in terms of... opponent's hand? I just like the whole presentation of it. I wasn't expecting it to be this polished or whatever. You drew Raichu. So you can evolve too. So maybe you should do this after. I don't know if it carries over the charge ups. It probably doesn't. That might be the price of evolution, is that you have to reset the charges. Thunder, literally, because they're electricity. Thunder Shock. So just remember the white ones must be anything. It doesn't matter what color it is. Resistance is -20 to... I don't know what that icon even is. Weakness is -2, obviously fighting. I thought they were weak against ground type too. Thundershock, flip a coin if heads your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. 80 for Electro Ball. Wait, it doesn't even tell you though, like, how much they do, does it? 80 is what it... Oh, no. That's what it does, and the icons are how much it costs. Never mind. Retreat. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that other icon is at the bottom. Okay. I'm kind of overthinking it in a way that you obviously don't have to for the tutorial, but you could do Thunder Shock. Can't do Electro Ball because I would need another one. So you're going to get the stun just to show you how it works. I want to see like passive effects too, but I'll make something very psychic heavy. Psychic, CC, and healing heavy maybe. Sometimes you can just troll people with healing. Just keep one alive like forever. Flip a coin if heads, the defending Pokemon is now asleep. So what happened there where they flipped a coin when it got hit? So you just switched it out. That's the weakness. How convenient. Almost like it's scripted or something. Watch how Raichu took more damage because it's weak. Click anywhere. So how does that work in terms of the... It was double scratch. But once again, there's no backlog either. That's a quirk of mine. Like, that's one thing Hearthstone does that is just top tier. No other game seems to have that. Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have it, or at least not that I'm aware of, any version that I played. And Magic doesn't have it. This doesn't have it. Just where it shows you like what was played in what order and gives you a little readout. Now that you have to retreat and evolve, know how to retreat and evolve, you're ready to go on your own. Let's see if you can win. I guess I could retreat now. I have... Oh, but you have 90. Why are you even worried about that? She's acting like, oh my goodness, he did super effective damage for 20. That'll just destroy it regardless. So that did 80. So it's not like we're seeing like, oh, it's not very effective. I wonder how that comes into play. Oh, like resistance obviously would be the thing. So it's weak to grass, which means it'll do double of what it says on the card. So just like to now, he must have done double scratch. And he only hit me once with it, so never mind the coin thing, but it did double. Okay, I get it. Very simple mathematics. Please don't make the tutorial take me like all day long though. Like, that was the stupid thing with Magic. So you could heal it, but you almost don't have to heal it, because he's only done 20 to it. Oh, it's letting me kind of just do whatever I want now. That is fucking nasty. That did double, too. So, obviously, the evolutions are a big part of it. Oh, God. They all do it like this. I'm just kind of stunned at the lack of... Maybe they do a bad job of advertising for this one because they have so many other games that people play that nobody gives a shit about this. But let's see how you do against other trainers. Defeat them to earn a booster pack powerful... And a powerful Pokemon 5. It must be like Generation 5. Good luck. Calvin. Like, is there an esports scene for this? Probably for the physical cards, but all the online stuff never gets any love. It's just so convenient, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just go find people to play against, like, with physical stuff. That's why it kind of, these things have been so successful. Even if I don't believe in the microtransaction thing, I'll just play it like crazy and earn the stuff myself. So you can, there's no limit on what you can summon unless it's maybe an evolution. So this is probably better. It just has 80 HP. I don't see why I wouldn't do that. Those are just the coins. Choose a Pokemon to start on your bench, so you can just do that. So I wonder if I had like 6 in my hand, I could just play all of them. I guess it wouldn't matter because, or is it limited maybe to 1 a turn? Reveal the top card. Oh, if you're okay. If it is a basic energy card, attach it. If it is not a basic energy card, return it to the top of your deck. So you can only play 1 of these a turn. It's taking a second there. Lag. Light punch for only 10. For some reason I thought he'd be stronger, but the HP value is good at least. 30, but it costs 2. Flip a coin if Tails this attack does nothing. Shouldn't it be the opposite? Like Tails should be where it actually does more. You can only have 1 active at a time, which is something I didn't actually well, like you could do the Pokemon Coliseum another way, like where you're doing a duel battle. There might be a mode for that, where you can have 2 on the board at once at least. So it did actually get through. It did 30, but yeah, and see, it makes it so much easier when everything's automated. It doesn't even matter if your math's not good because I didn't catch that, but obviously he's resistant. It just makes it so much more convenient. So you could do 2 for ambush, 20 plus so that's just a net positive. This you could heal, but I'm kind of comfortable with that HP value. Heal 60 and remove all special conditions from 1. Peck, okay, I can just put it on my bench. You can only use 1 of those. Let's just go with this. You don't even have to choose like what to attack because there's only ever going to be 1 thing on the board. Hey Gallico. Pretty interesting. I like the presentation. What's your favorite horsey Pokemon? I don't think I know too much. Oh, Umbreon, Espeon kind of look like horses. Or what's that fire one that's so famous? I forget the name of it. But yeah, I did like Umbreon, Espeon from Coliseum. So it's up to 60. So what I've got to practice is, can you attack twice if you have enough energy for it in the same turn? Because if not, there would be no point in giving it extra. So I could heal it. Let's just heal it for 30. Hopefully we get lucky with the RNG thing. Okay, so he's dead. We get a prize card, which I don't know how these work in terms of like, I guess you can just choose whatever they are. So there'd be quite a bit of strategy to see like something that I need. I almost think I would put a lot of healing stuff in there because like I just killed theirs, so now I have to heal mine. So you're guaranteed to get it in a fixed order, I guess. But I don't think you would be able to choose the order then. So let's see, can I do both? Well, regardless, let me give this something. I mean, these will be pretty easy, but switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Well, can't you just do that anyway? You can retreat, but then you won't be able to do anything. This one might allow you to act the same turn. You can play as many item cards as you like during your turn before you attack. Wait, didn't I just heal him? How could I have healed him for 30 if he's still at 6? Whatever. Let me try to attack with both. We'll do that. Oh, it'll be super effective too. Okay, so you can't do that. So there's no point stacking beyond the point. That was just an experiment. But no, I thought I healed it. I don't know what happened there. Choose one to become your active. I do have the type advantage, obviously. So 20 or... Let's not give Pikachu too much limelight here. That's the one that even people who know nothing about Pokemon is just like, that's all they think of when they hear it. So you give it this. Oh, but unfortunately I can't attack. So maybe that was a mistake. I should have just quick attacked with it. No. Retreating switches your active Pokemon with one on your bench. To retreat, you must discard an energy from the retreating Pokemon equal to its cost. But I'm assuming this would do the same thing too. It doesn't actually say on there. Switch one. It doesn't say what happens to the energy, but at the very least you get to you probably get to attack on the same turn and stuff too. It's almost baiting me to try to do that. Okay, this should be super effective and just do what we want to do. Ponyta, yeah, I think so. That's one of the forms. 1 attack per turn, no post and extra energy. No point in extra energy. Don't know if that's the English name for the fire horse. You don't have to discard energy when you retreat using switch. I see. Tough. Wait, I lost? I wasn't even looking. Shit. Losing to a tutorial. It should be permadeath. I should have to quit. Fine. We'll just do it. Choose a Pokemon to your bench. Okay, so the point is, don't try to use that stupid other guy when you already have energy on Pikachu. It's very scripted. Calvin is a beast. Which, is he a character from one of the games? What game is he from? So you can do quick attack, which is always flip a coin. So the quick attack aspect doesn't matter, because it's not like, oh, you get to hit first, because it's on your turn anyway. So I guess that point is irrelevant. Oh, it's just a random NPC. You get 2 energy cards there. These decks look so tiny. It looks like it's 1 card. I guess it is very few this time. I don't even know what like the base deck size is. But usually in a lot of these games, smaller is better in the sense that you kind of just you want to cycle through to your best stuff as quickly as possible instead of kind of bogging it down with. That's why Pot of Greed and stuff is so overpowered. That does 30, so we're gonna have to heal. Now I don't know what happened last time with the heal. It didn't seem like it worked or something. I don't know. If we can do this, this should definitely kill it. Just solo this clown with Pikachu. Because now I can just do that every turn, so it doesn't even matter. Just keep healing it. But then I can still stock up on my bench. In fact, there's no reason not to do that as far as I can tell. So yeah, this should just be ridiculous. It'll do 100. Hard countered. Wait, he has more than that. Wait, if that's super effective, then shouldn't that have done double? Instead of doing 50, it should have done 100. Oh, his weakness... Wait. What? Isn't water's weakness lightning? Grass? Huh? Well, whatever, but... that should just work anyway. So the damage value there on the top right is not the amount that you have left. It's the amount that has been done to you or to them. That's what I have to keep in mind. I feel like I'm spreading myself a bit thin with trying all these different new ones. Like Magic was completely new to me. I just started playing it. And I'll try like Duel Links and Master Duel and stuff too. But at least we'll just see how those work. Choose it for your bench. So you can put 2 out at the beginning, but it almost feels like you can just put as many as you want. I do like these high HP ones, because you're just assuming like you're not going to be able to mitigate damage really. So discard a card from your hand. If you do, look at the top 8 cards of your deck and put 1 of them into your hand. Shuffle the rest back into your deck. Okay, I guess there's no reason not to do that then. Because, like, what's the worst case? I could just get an energy card back if I really wanted it. You can get Raichu, which is pretty good, but that's what I was going to draw anyway. Or it just has 5 of those. Oh, maybe I need to use this to evolve. Wait. Can you just summon this, or do you have to do Spearow first? I'm going to assume that's the way that it works. I'll just do this anyway normally. What is his weakness? Just quick attack, whatever. 60 card deck, 4 copies max of a single card. So this is poison, so the weakness should be fire. Weakness is psychic. Maybe the weaknesses are different than what or I guess they're not weak to multiple things as much as they are sometimes in the game. Because poison is weak to fire, and water is weak to lightning, right? So either, unless they changed it over time, and it originally wasn't the case, but at the very least, we have a lot of beefy stuff. Just like they want to pick one and simplify it. So he's only weak to psychic. and I'm weak to fighting, which is true for normal types, so I'm going to see a lot of that. Search for your, like, I don't know what the least common is. They actually said that water is the most common in Pokemon Y. Or maybe they said it's the second most common. But that's like an in-universe thing, like, because there's so much water. The Earth is 70% water. Or maybe they're applying that kind of logic, but normal types and water types are the two most common. Search your deck for 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, put them in your hand. Why would it matter so much to reveal them? Oh, I guess you won't always have just the same color. Basic, so I wonder what a advanced card would be like. We haven't really seen that yet, so just do this. Electro Ball. Don't really have a major type advantage here, so I guess I'll play around with the idea of the evolution and see how that works. Prize cards. How come you get to see these? Maybe they have to flip one when you kill something? 40, so it wouldn't hurt to just heal. And we get exactly that. There's no penalty or cost for playing stuff like that. So you can evolve it on the bench and then leave it to wait. When it evolves, it keeps all its energy and special counters, so you can just let somebody else tank and you don't even have to risk letting him die out on the field, right? Because if I put Spearow and they kill him, then I won't be able to evolve, so you got to think like that. So this is like your graveyard. For some reason, I thought this didn't have a graveyard. That you actually look... Well, I mean, obviously stuff dies, but I thought you just disregard it. Like, I don't know how much stuff really affects it. I feel like it wasn't the kind of game where you could bring stuff back from the graveyard or whatever. Once you attack, you can't attach energy. Oh, maybe I forgot to. So this would mean that anything should work for it. Weakness is lightning. Okay, that's fine. I guess I'm not looking at his as much. Tackle, double spin, coughing. Shouldn't you have like a poison effect? Pokemon evolves, keeps all its energy counters. Something is removed. 20 to every... What the fuck? Well, that's a pretty sick move. Aftermath. When this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from your opponent, discard top 3. Wow. Okay, this is pretty cool. The attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance for bench Pokemon. That is actually insane, though. So maybe there is stuff that discourages you from stacking up your bench in the same way. This is just one of those busted cards. Just draw 3. Okay, do this. You just keep spam healing it. I think I'd have very few healing cards because I would want abilities to have the healing ability. Right, because that's like an endless... Imagine if you have, like, for 2 cost, you can heal yourself for 30 or whatever. You could just keep doing it forever. There's no limit, right? There's no PP like in the way that you get in the games. So you could just sit here and do that every turn and just frustrate your opponent. I don't see what really stops you from doing that. There's no cost for it, even, and you're not losing cards from your deck. I don't know what happens if you deck out or whatever. But this guy's just stacking... My deck is stacked with healing stuff. You can right-click to zoom in, yeah. Draw 3 again, dude. Pot of Greed has returned. What's it called? Oh, this guy's from Pokemon Y. I want to see some of the old cards, because obviously that wasn't one of them. Why does he make you draw 3 cards? Because he's big? Like, what's the correlation to him? What does he have to do with drawing? Okay, we can do this. We got a ball. Can I just catch his? Is this Pokemon Coliseum where I can catch a shadow Pokemon? Bite, eat cans, and that becomes like one of the Team Rocket things, right? I forget the name of it. When, look at the 7 cards, you may reveal a Pokemon you find and put it into your hand. Shuffle the others into your deck. You could obviously do this just so you can evolve into it. This is pretty interesting, actually. I feel like it wasn't even this complex, though, when I played it as a kid. Like, so it doesn't lose the charges, but it does any special conditions. So it kind of heals them of poisons and whatnot as well. Other energy. I feel like the energy card is sometimes going to be a little bit triggering, right? You're going to be top deck mode, and that's the last thing you're going to want, or you're not going to get it when you need it. It's kind of weird having multiple of the same thing, though. Maybe there should be some sort of rule against that. So does this guy have a triple, quadruple? I guess I'll just keep stacking on there, but it's probably not going to come into play. Evo Soda. Search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon that evolves from of it. And then this counts as evolving it. So you don't draw it, but you'll draw it in... Wait. You draw it in evolved form. You can't use this card during your first turn. Wait, what? Oh, during your first turn of the game. Or on a Pokemon that was put into play this turn. Hard Charm. Any damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to is reduced by 20. This is like an item that you would give to it. Attach a Pokemon tool to one of your Pokemon that doesn't already have a tool attached to it. So you just tank 20. So you can't do two of them at once. I do like how closely it overlaps with the mechanics in the games. Aside from a few things, like obviously quick attack doesn't matter because you can't go first or second, but... Or maybe there could be some mechanic like that where quick attack does... Like your opponent goes first, but you can still somehow do it, like a quick play. Do it during their turn. Otis. I can't believe I lost to one of these people. That happened in Magic too. Lost to the tutorial. Because it wants you to do it in like a scripted way, I guess, sometimes. Just give Pikachu all the limelight, dude. Like, doesn't get it enough already. Put something on the bench so you could obviously evolve into that. Stage 1. Let's see. It would be pretty hard to get maybe like a full evolution. Like, you would have to draw the exact... In a 60 card deck, you're not going to get exactly the second form, third form of the same thing necessarily. Although I guess you could have 4 of each of them. So you could have 12 of the same Pokemon. Like Pikachu, Raichu, you don't even need Pichu as far as like the first evolution. So I don't know how that works. Like if it's a triple, I'm starting with the second one. So just give this quick attack. So you can switch this with a benched one. Draw a bicycle. Draw cards until you have 4 in your hand. That's pretty good. Yeah, a lot of these cards would be considered busted in other games, though. Wait, why can't I quick attack? Oh, because it's the first... Wait, no, it's not. He just played that. Huh? I'll just keep doing this. I don't actually have a way to heal, though. That's just to do bonus damage. So I don't mind the RNG if it's just like a net positive, but I do mind it if it's... So he's not going to kill me just outright. Choose one. Draw cards until you have 5 in your hand. Giovanni, one of the old school villains. During this turn, your Pokemon's attack do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. So how much does he have left? It's still not going to be enough. I could do 50. I could do 70. He's not, like, resistant to me, is he? He's weak to fire only. This is a bug type, right? Not a grass type? Or maybe there is no bug. I feel like they simplify the types maybe a little bit. They don't have multiple weaknesses or resistances because it won't fit on the card. Maybe that's the logic of it, right? It'd be hard to fit so many of those. Some things might have 3 or 4, you know, things that they're... That's so good. So it deals 20 more, and then we do this. So that should kill it, if my math is correct. I wonder how that'd work in real life, because you would know, or I guess you might just truffle them randomly, because you would know what order they're arranged in. There's only 6 of them, so it wouldn't be that hard to... And I guess it doesn't matter, because like you could just make all 6 of your prize cards the same card, or maybe you could only have 4 of them, but... I don't know how that works with like the main deck. Like if you have 3 of them here, you can't have 2 of them here. Professor's Letter, search for 2 basic energy. Okay, we've seen that. Be interesting to see how complex these spell cards and stuff get. A lot of supporters that make you draw 3 cards, Berry and Hop, have the same effect. Oh, I see. That's funny. Okay, Eevee can go here, or we could evolve it. Now, we're about to die, actually. But I could just switch and do the static shock thing. As well as... Okay, so this is a newer one. How do you even tell what generation they're from? This was actually in Pokemon Y. Like, those are the only two or three generations that I'm going to be familiar with. Whatever Pokemon Y is, whatever Coliseum is, and whatever... Obviously, the older one, like Leaf Green, Fire Red, whatever. Those were the old school. And I'm pretty sure that was a remake, right? Because I played that on the Game Boy. Resistance to Oh, so it's not always a multiplier though. So it's minus 20 on psychic damage, but it's times 2 on fighting, which is a huge deal. I mean, times 2 is crazy. Alright, so let's test this switch thing. And then put this on there, and so I can get an attack right away. It doesn't make you wait a turn. There is no, like, sleep, whatever you call it. Summoning sickness. So he's going to heal too. I just feel like those cards aren't going to be good in the long term. Just putting different energy types on there. This is why you needed so many of those little tokens to put on the board. What is this? Double hits? Flip 2 coins, that does 20 times. Oh, that could be pretty scary. Strength. I don't know what that icon actually is. Is it dark? The second one must be dark. I guess it doesn't explain them to you when you mouse over. What is behind it, too? It shows you what is used to make it. Yeah, it doesn't even tell you. Like, you can infer that that's grass, but this is... What else could it be? It must just be dark. This we could set up for 3, or I think I'm just going to die before I get to that point. Draw until you have 4, so you obviously want to do that when you pretty much have nothing left. So I can't think of too many reasons to hold stuff back from putting it on the bench, aside from like Coughing's ability. There might be a lot of those that just AoE everything. That was kind of nuts. Just do 20 to everything. No chance of failure, no negative effect. That was pretty good. You can just, and they're not going to commit, what the fuck? Oh yeah, that was the, they're not going to commit healing the stuff on the bench. Search your deck for something that evolves. You may as well just do it so you can use the bike with maximum value. So I'll just draw 4. Could I do this to just like, wait, or I mean this. Oh, if I had the next evolution, that would, wait, that doesn't heal it though, does it? It doesn't remove the energy, but it would be kind of unfair if it healed it. Whatever, I'll just do that. And then I should still be able to do this. You can play as many of these spells as you want, which is kind of nuts. There must be some crazy busted combos as a result of that. Look at the top 7 card, just keep going. Turn 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Not quite that bad, where it goes on for like 10 minutes. And then you do the same thing right back. It doesn't even necessarily mean that you lose. It's just like super tedious sometimes. Okay, so now I should be able to get this big last strike off at least. 60. Still not enough to kill him though. So yeah, we haven't seen like a 3rd evolution. Right, like into a Charizard or into something better. So you can just play this. You already have 3 charges ready. And then, oh, your turn doesn't even start until you get to put stuff out like that. Yeah, so you can fill up your bench as much as you want, and you can play as many spells as you want in one turn. The only thing that's restricted is the energy, which is pointless to even put on there. We could just do this. Probably not going to matter, though. So the damage did stay. Okay, and then we get this. Draw 3 cards. A lot of card draw. 60 card decks. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was always unique in that regard because you could have 40 to 60. So it was up to you, but most people would always just have 40 or at least less. Like 45, I remember being pretty common for a while too. So draw 3, because why not? Like just things that don't even require any thought because it's just good. Look at that. I wonder what the max hand size is. Each Pokemon in play has no resistance. Well, he doesn't have resistance to me anyway. Or to anything. This would be kind of weak, though, because you can only attack once. Or does it mean it removes it for... The card stays in play when you play it. Discard this card if another stadium card comes. Thanks for the follow. There's a ton of card draw in Pokemon. It's not uncommon to deck out if not careful. So do you automatically lose if you deck out? Or do you still get to play it out? Thanks for the follow. Again. Galacco. There are a lot of supporters. I saw that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is crazy. Yeah, it became way too complex after a certain point. So we can just kill this. Or what? Weedle. Of course, Beedrill was my MVP in that Pokemon Y run. from like the very beginning. I do have a certain affection for that. Trying to think like what else did I use in some of the older games? Mostly just psychic and ghost types. You lose the next time you draw and you can't. You have to draw. So that's exactly like Yu-Gi-Oh! Choose something to become active. This guy's already charged up, literally. So why not just do that? You add 2 energy cards. I guess I don't know what the win conditions are in the tutorial ones because it's not as clear as... Like, they just have to have no Pokemon left, or... You don't have to get all the prize cards, but I feel like that would be the realistic one if you were just playing against, like, a random player. But maybe I'm wrong. We could do just another one of these. Put a whole bunch of stuff. I guess I was trying to do this one. Oh, you could do that too, though. There's so many things that just... There's no limit on what you can do. Just do as many plays as you want. Okay. Hopefully after this, I'll be able to just do like an arena run or some kind of a online, whatever, PvP. And hopefully people actually play this. Heal 60 and remove all special conditions. Don't really have to worry about any of that. How much HP does he have? 60. A lot of these do have pretty beefy amounts. Like we're already seeing 100 and 100 for this, just a basic. That's pretty crazy. You're paralyzing us. Lightning Pokemon, interesting. Heal 60 damage and remove all conditions, so that's good. And you get to attack in the same very turn. Once you attack, you can't... Oh, okay, so it does have phases in that sense. So you don't want to go into the battle phase until you do this first. Not that this should really even matter. Isn't this like way stronger? 30 for a base attack for 1 cost. The type advantages are kind of streamlined, so I do have to keep that in mind. A lot of the stuff that I think is weak to other stuff actually isn't. Right, because they pick 1 and 1 only. So like, isn't grass sometimes weak to flying or something? But it's only weak to fire here. Or there's plenty of things where it's weak to like multiple. When paralyzed again, switch 1, so switch it with this guy here. And... We're not really going to get to the point where we put 4 on there, but discard a card if you do look at top 8, put 1 of them into your hand. I think I'd be very prone to discard energy stuff. Shuffle your hand into your deck. Card destruction. Flip a coin. If heads, draw 7. If tails, draw 4. So if you have 4, then there's no downside to doing it. 4 or less. Let's just do it because it's interesting. See if we get something else. We can absorb a little bit of damage. So we have 120 HP and healing capacity. That's just not going anywhere. So I wonder, why can't I do this now? I've already drawn too many cards or what? You may only play 1 supporter card in your turn before you attack. Also, maybe I can still do it, but I can just do it after. Or not. It just auto ends. Damage decreased. But he still has a couple things on his bench, so this one could go on for a while. So that there's no limit on just trainer cards, but only on supporter cards. Look for 2 basic energy stuff. I'm totally going to lose because I deck out. Just because I'm going crazy with all this card draw. Look at this. I'm going to exceed the hand size, which I don't even know what the hand size is. Put another... Oh, you can't even do that. Just put it on whatever, 100 HP. You don't even have to heal. Wait, how come he still has that, though? This Pokemon takes less damage from attacks. He didn't even do 20, that means? Get another prize card. You would think that's the win condition, just to get all the prize cards. That might make sense. You win by either knocking out the opponent's active Pokemon and they have no bench Pokemon left, or KOing 6 Pokemon to get all 6 prize. I see, yeah. I think that's what I really remember is the prize aspect of it. Let's see. I guess I did play it maybe a little more than I thought, but I just don't remember much about it. Victory. Give me that exit too. That should be my reward, which probably isn't even very good in the big picture, but yeah, there's gonna be all this crazy new shit that I don't really care about because everything's new to me. Let's see what you get. Click on a pack. Sword and Shield. I should set a rule like that. I can only use stuff that's been in a game that I played. Like, it has to be only from those 3 generations. Or at least something I recognize. Which technically, even though it is Sword and Shield, it's still giving you other stuff. Like Onyx, we know. That I have no idea. What is with that picture? Doesn't that look like a role player putting like a toy out in the woods and like... That doesn't look like a picture of a Pokemon. That looks like photo real. They took a real picture of like a toy in the grass. That's so weird. So I don't know what that is. Roly-Coly, I think I might have seen this, but I don't remember if that's what it was called. Lickitung I know. This I don't know. This one we saw. I think a lot of my knowledge is just going to come from Pokemon Y, because I did it so recently. One of my longest playthroughs ever, in fact, for whatever reason. Beatdown, 100, costs 3. 270, that's the kind of crazy shit. Gigantamax, so I don't know what that mechanic even is. Evolves from single strike oh yeah, I can zoom in. Shifu. Max, see, all this kind of stuff I don't know if I really care about, but unfortunately that might be what ends up, winning you games. Different formats you can play. There is standard, expanded, theme, and legacy. I think legacy might be what I want. That said, as a new player, I think the best way to start is going to the store and purchasing a theme deck so you can join theme deck games and tournaments. Daily challenges give you rewards for completing them. You can see daily challenges deal 200 damage. So let's see what I can even do as far as... Like, is there just an arena mode? Trainer challenge versus... There's a mighty deck you can use in versus against Brains and Bronze. It's like they know I like Psychic type. Win matches to earn versus points. Accumulate enough points to unlock versus rewards. New rewards are available every 3 weeks. Okay. Versus ladder reset. Well, maybe we would say that like if it was at the beginning of the month, probably like in Hearthstone, but I've never played before, so it's saying that like just because it's my first time in here, I guess. Wow, how did it know? I didn't choose anything. It just gave me psychic stuff. How many of those do I have? 18. So I guess you could choose to put as many as you want. It's not like a fixed amount. Card sleeves. Oh, that could be fun too. Collect all the sleeves and stuff. Card backs. Let's see. How do we... Theme, standard, expanded, legacy. It doesn't really tell you what they are though. You do not have any decks that meets the criteria. In this mode, you play constructed decks you've built in the deck manager. If not ready for that. Expanded. Grass, Psychic, Colorless, Dark. Oh, this is a good way to learn all the... Grass, Water, Fire, Lightning, Dragon. I guess I'm not familiar with that icon. Fairy is, of course, new, right? I think that was introduced even in Pokemon Y. Metal, or Steel, I guess, same thing. Darkness and Fighting. So yeah, Psychic... Wait, there's not even Ghosts. Are there not Ghosts? They might be considered dark. So there are some differences, definitely. 17 hours, blah, blah, blah. Different star counts. So expanded I can't do. And legacy would be like... Wait, it won't even let me click on it. You don't have anything that matches the criteria. I mean, I guess... Oh, I just want to see what they say. Automatically create based on your 2 favorite cards in your collection. Create a deck with cards that are officially sanctioned in standard events. Expanded, create a deck with cards that are officially sanctioned to play an expanded event. That doesn't tell me much. Expanded is expanded. Standard is standard. Create a deck with cards from some of the older expansions. That is definitely what I always prefer to do in these, like Wild or whatever. Create a deck with all available cards, or even that, either Legacy or Unlimited. So let's see if I would be able to even do that. Oh, it's trying to tell me to do something. Yeah, this is my collection. Drag here to add cards. Yeah. I get it. Make sure to save when you're done. This could be super fun. It's like, how do you see the crafting thing? I want to see like every card in existence. Well, this will just show me what well, that's actually a lot. New, obviously everything is new. Holy shit, so many of these I'm not going to even know what they are. In a certain sense, you could say some of them feel generic, like in the context of the games, like where, you know, anybody can learn any ability or like based on certain abilities. So does it really matter which one is casting that particular ability? It ends up being basically the same thing. A bug type is a bug type, a grass type is a grass type. If they have the same like passive ability, whatever that might be, and they're using the same skills, it almost just feels like, oh, it's just a cosmetic difference. New player best way is to get a theme deck. The starter deck sucks. There is no crafting system. There is a trade system though. Oh, we normally don't see that in these online ones, where you can actually trade stuff. See if there's one that I really like here, just like a personal favorite of mine. Often I like stuff just based on the appearance. Furfrou, they have that whole fucking barbershop system just for one Pokemon. I thought you'd be able to take anything with hair there to be able to cut, but no, only those. It's like a symbol of status and wealth. Gyarados is cool, 130. But then again, it's a big sacrifice too. So what's the difference in these two? Double. This may have up to 2 tool cards attached to it. There's just like a more rare version of it. Berserker Splash and Aqua Tail, 90 plus. This is completely different too, the attacks and stuff. So they're weak to lightning. See, just seeing this one makes me like, I don't want to, whatever that is, I don't want to do it, because you can just tell it's new and probably power creep and this and that. Oh yeah, Curlia was one of the MVPs of that run too. I'm trying to remember what my starting 6 were. It's kind of shameful that I would have forgotten. I had Beedrill, I had Curlia, I had... How the fuck could I forget? It'll come back to me. Beedrill, Curlia, Punch'em, and he evolved into something, I forget what. Man, I even had like a channel art and everything for it because of how long that went on. I guess I was just super careful. Onyx is cool. That was one of my reserves, like Steelix. So Ralts becomes Curlia. I didn't really... Oh yeah, this was so fucking annoying. You get the horde of these, and they have like the last stand or whatever. See, it's a horde fight with like 5 of them. So you get them to 1 HP, like you try to AoE. But when you get them to 1 HP, they don't die. So then you have to hit each one twice, which gives them 2 turns to hit you 5 times each. It's like the biggest troll combination possible. What else we got? Actually, it starts with a pretty good balance of types. So a lot of this you got to just be aware of maybe the value of the neutral element, like where you don't have to commit to one type, because it could be confusing. I'm sure you don't have decks with like 5 different energy types. You probably only want 1 or 2 maybe to keep it simple. That's why normal could be so good. You don't have to worry about anything else. You can just use anything you want, especially when you're starting. I guess energy cards probably aren't that rare though. Like how many would I just have? In fact, I don't even see them here at all. Let's see. Filters. Expanded. Oh, this is a good way to tell. I'm surprised there's no crafting system. Dude, I'd just have to save stuff up and buy it. Tag equals TCG. They're working on a new Pokemon tag online that is going to be called Pokemon Live. There's going to be a crafting system. And the interface is getting a well-deserved update. Yeah, this feels like something maybe I should have done a while ago. Just I never really thought of it. In fact, I don't think I even knew that it existed. Like I said, it feels like something like this should exist, but... Beautifly. Huh, what am I even doing? I'm looking for... How do you see the energy cards here? What do you mean? How do you have 0 energy? Oh, 0 in the deck. Okay, let's take a look at this. Locked 39, locked 16. So the point is you don't really have to worry about this element. That'd be like a EP and flex kind of thing. I'm going to craft a golden version of every single energy card that costs like a crazy amount, like in Hearthstone, just for cosmetic effects. So you'll see like, oh, look at this guy. He has all these fancy energies that do the exact same thing, but they just look cooler just as a flex. Like once you're super experienced. Okay, so this is like a special energy. This card can only be attached to a water Pokemon. This provides water energy only while it's attached to a water Pokemon. If it is If the water Pokemon this is attached to is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, put that Pokemon into your hand. Oh, that's crazy, though, so you can just keep cycling it. If this is attached to anything to other than a water one, discard it. But it only does it once. It's not like this comes back to you, too. I don't know what that means, locked for 2. Tradable. Tradable. Oh, it means maybe you have to have that many, no matter what. So you can't trade below 16. Infinite. What does that mean? I just have infinite of these? I don't even know why they're separated like that. It's the same thing, isn't it? Okay, so if I go by my filters, just out of curiosity, let's say I want to do legacy. What do I have that is legacy? Or just Pokemon, for example. I wouldn't mind actually trying that. Either that or just unlimited is always good, because they can't really... that just means you can use everything. So they can't really restrict my ability to do that. Let's look. Is there not an arena system? Versus... yeah, unsaved, empty deck. Deck manager. That's always the best way to get into something, too, at the beginning. Because who cares about collecting cards? Just play and, like, you get to try them. I feel like there's not, which is kind of a bad decision. Every single card game should just have that. Upgrade to... oh, really? I didn't even know there was such a thing. Upgrade. How would you upgrade? Does that let you play arena? Or wait, do you have to pay money for it? I didn't know there was such a thing. Don't have a Pokemon. Okay. What was I even trying to do? I guess arena could be under events. That's my whole curiosity with it. So yeah, legacy and unlimited would be... wait, you can't even do unlimited though, is it? Expanded. Maybe it's just a way to see everything from every set. Lock card is untradeable. There is an arena draft, only constructed. I see. So let's try to make a legacy one. Theme. Oh, it tells you right here. That's good. So it's a theme deck. Create a deck with cards from some of the older expansions. Create a deck with all available cards. So, how many cards really are these? Would this be enough? It certainly seems like it. Let me put an emphasis on the psychic types. Just everything psychic. How many do I have? You cannot add more than 4, and I don't even have... it's grayed out, so that means I don't even have it, or what? I'm assuming the 3 means that's how many I have. Okay, all this stuff. So I don't know how much I would want to mix types, but you don't want to overcommit to one type, honestly. Why would it even let you do that if you don't have it? Oh, those even evolve into each other. Already getting synergies here. Let's do Ralts and Curlia. You can have 4. I don't know if it's worth it to really put that many. You got to think there's 60. So you do want stuff that you can play right away. Curlia, we have 3. So I'm honestly not sure about that. Like, let's put... you're not going to get that many evolutions, I don't feel like. So is this guy an evolution thing or not? Just a regular? He looks kind of too good for just a basic type. Looks very tanky. He's got 80 HP. And that one, I guess we don't have. Oh, wait, what? Wait. That's not even true. It was called something else. Gardevoir. How are some of these things so different than the actual game? Curlia becomes Gardevoir. There's no... like, the likelihood of you getting this exact sequence is low. So 4 to 2 to 1. Why would you put 2 of these in there? It's just not going to happen, I don't think. Or maybe it's easier to do than what I'm saying, but it just seems unlikely in the course of... okay, so that's like 14. So now you want a whole bunch of energy stuff. Like, give me a whole bunch of psychic. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, let's say. At least. Then maybe I can do a little bit of another type. Curlia also evolves into Galad. Huh. Weird. I never liked that name anyway, Gardevoir. It seems so random. Like, at least... In fact, all three of those names don't really fit. Ralts, it must be some lost in translation thing. Ralts becomes Kirlia, becomes Gardevoir. None of those three have anything to do with each other. What would be something that's just good to have? Like, something with healing. Basically, stuff that doesn't require a special... Like this. Just doesn't require special energy. Draw a card. That seems like excellent. Just, you know, cycle through. Put 3 of those in there. Now, this would require evolution, which I don't want to worry about evolving stuff that I don't even care about. Like, you just want stuff like that. You can cycle cards, good effect. This is like a wannabe psychic type. So this would require an evolution. Stage 1. Basic. Oh yeah, I was using bug types a lot too. Sleep poison could be good, just crowd control. But the problem with that is, you know what, it kind of suits my style a little bit. You can a little bit of crowd control. It's just like you can't do anything else besides that. Basic. What does this evolve from anyway? Evolves from this. So it's like 18. So how many is that? 33. I'm kind of okay with this generally. Maybe I should have a few more. Let's look for stuff that just only has the normal type. What does that mean? Any damage done to this is reduced by 20. Well, that's awesome. If defending Pokemon... Oh, wow. Okay, I'll take maybe one of those. Yeah, that's going to be some bias that I have. It's just anything that has normal. Like, forget about sheer. Just do that. Deal 20 for each... Wait, what? Oh, but that rewards you for having... fighting type energy. That I'm getting confused between fighting and rock. Maybe they're the same. I don't think I saw a rock on the other thing. These are pretty good actually. How many did I put? I think I put all 3. 19. I guess I don't know how many you should really have, but oh wait, did I not put the other bat in there? No, I did. I put 2 of those in there. Come on, give me something like that just has basic agility, cutting wind. I guess these all have basic things too. 70 and 20. You know what? Switches something. Fine. 1, 2, 3, and 1. So you might think, oh, why go into bug type? But it's just the fact that it costs such a basic amount. So maybe the rest I'll put either more of the energy cards, or maybe I should have like 20. I don't even know how many you should have, but 20, 23, and then maybe 17 of these. That maybe even seems like too many. Working on Pokemon Live especially because the new player experience in this current game is very bad. That's true of a lot of card games though, to be fair, just because you're behind on everything. The starting cards they give you are absolute garbage. Forces you to buy, that's why Arena's good too. To buy codes to build a constructed deck. Forces you to buy codes. The only free-to-play alternative is to purchase a theme deck from the store for 500 and grind the theme deck format until you get cards by little, which is totally the kind of thing I would do anyway. I always do these free-to-play. You'll realize how trash the starting cards are as soon as you go to your first game. Yeah, well, that's fine. Hey, Take Notes, how's it going? It's been forever. Suggest a game challenge for you, say $40 donation if you complete it. It's 1 level of 1 game. What is it? You don't have to donate. I would just do it anyway if I think it's interesting. But it's probably going to be like a troll thing, isn't it? Like getting over it or something. Frostpunk the game? I think I've heard of that. Let me see. What is it? I can't believe it doesn't have arena. That's the only annoying thing. I probably would play that at some point anyway. I'm sure I could do it. Alright, let's look at some of these spell cards, or trainer cards. That's basically what I'll call them. You can only play 1 of these. Draw cards until you have 6. So this is Card of Sanctity. I love all these overlaps. Draw until you have 6. So, like, that's so good. Draw until you have 4 is not as good, but... Draw through... Like, some of these are just ridiculous. Search your deck for 3 basic energy cards. It doesn't matter, because when you're drawing so many cards... Shuffle your hand into the deck, something batch Pokemon. Flip a coin if heads... Okay, I don't care about that. Is there something that just destroys an opposing Pokemon? Because that would be a little bit too strong then. I feel like they wouldn't do that. Destroy everything on their bench. And these don't cost anything, so they can only be but so good. But drawing 3 cards just net is amazing. Each player switches their active with 1 benched. Opponent switches first. Obviously, if they don't have one, that could be okay, maybe. Escape rope. There's another one, too. Each player's... Maybe it's just different card art. So I want some kind of healing, but maybe this one isn't... Or that's not even a healing thing. Experience share. When your active Pokemon is knocked out, you may... Oh, that's kind of cool. It's an item. I guess I'll put 1 of some of these in there. I think some of these are just alternate versions of the same thing. Put 4 basic energy cards from your... Ooh, recycling. So there is some stuff that cycles stuff from the graveyard. I haven't seen anything that cycles Pokemon, though. Pokemon attached to this gets 20 HP. That's kind of weak. I mean, I don't know. You'd think it would match you against new players, too, itself, but... Search your deck for Pokemon with retreat, cost something something. Judge each player shuffles and draws 4. There's no way I could know, like, oh, they have some crazy hand, so they're about to summon Exodia, so I better put it back in their deck. Right, like Yugi does that to the rare hunter, where he's bragging, I have Exodia, so I'm going to use Light Force Sword or whatever the fuck. Been annoyed to death with that game on just the arc level. What would you say to a Crusader Kings 3 world domination, you and me against the world? We could try it sometime, sure. I've never played it before, but... Pokeball, what does this do? Flip a coin. If head, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Search for a Pokemon, reveal it. I guess if you're looking for an evolution, that could be a justifiable thing. 53, so I can fit 7 more. Look at the top 5. Put them back in any order. I feel like drawing 3 is just better because you don't have to worry about that. Right? Like, why would the order matter? I could put 5 in any order. I could just draw 3 up those 5 anyway. Heal 30 is kind of bad, though. Wasn't there something better than that? Why are there so many different versions of the same thing? Discard your hand and draw 7 cards, which means, obviously, if you have no cards... That's so ridiculous, dude. So you don't want to keep stuff laying around, and it's pretty easy to avoid that. Who is she? Search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it. Okay, fine. Switch. This can sometimes be useful. Maybe keep like 1 of those. Choose 2 Pokemon tool cards, blah, blah, blah. Town map. Turn all your prize cards face up. I don't know how that works, even choosing the prize cards. Ultra Ball is what? So they should have crafting and they should have arena. 2 things which really help free-to-play players, right, in anything. Discard 2 cards. If you can't discard, you can't play it. Search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it. The description text in this is very clear and straightforward. You never get this in Yu-Gi-Oh! The fact that it says discard 2 cards means you obviously can't play it. It wouldn't have to specify if you can't, you know what I mean? Search your deck for something. Okay, these are all trash. So I have 56 cards. I just put in a few more of stuff that I already have, maybe. 59, so you can't go over 60. Contains more than 60. You may save it. Okay, I don't want it to do that, though. Take away 1 of those, so that should be good to go. Let's just try it. You don't own... What do you mean I don't own? What? Why would you let me do it if I don't own it? What do you mean? What are you talking about? What? Huh? Where am I putting them from if I don't own it? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, I put in maybe a little bit extra energy that I didn't have. I don't understand that at all. It says you have infinite, so what the fuck? Whatever. Psychic, basic, save. Go try it out and get destroyed by some tryhard pay-to-win clown over here. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And, oh shit, now I got rid of the one that... Or no, it didn't. I wanted to look at something else, though. What does that mean? Card sleeves. Oh, these are kind of cool already. I wonder how many of those there are. Deck box. But this kind of gives away what you're trying to do then, doesn't it? You probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, like why would you? Because I think your opponent can see that, even though it looks cool, and I would do it just for cosmetic effect. Hard mode because I want to show off. Let's see, this one's cool. What are they called? Green Pokeball sleeves, black and white hex sleeves. Yeah, let's just try one. Versus, and we want to do like legacy mode because that's what I made that for. So it should absolutely be doable. Hopefully people are playing with fun and varied decks, not just hardcore try hard recent stuff. Power creeped. By the way, you can get both basically free using the Xbox Game Pass. On Discord though, if you're up for Crusader Kings, we gotta chat it up there. Sure. The energy look the same, but they are from different expansions. Oh, is that so? But they must do the same thing. Yeah, imagine that power creep on energy, like power creep on lands in Magic, which is a true thing. You won the foin clip. You cannot. Yeah, whatever. I'll just go first. So you have 25 minutes to make your moves. I didn't realize that before. How do I like put a picture and stuff? Oh God, you need a full account or whatever. Wait, I thought I just said I go first. Oh, so what if you don't draw a Pokemon in your starting hand? Do you just lose on the spot? You have no additional stuff to add to the bench. What, he's flipping it face down like in defense mode? What is this? This is actually Yu-Gi-Oh right now. 50, so this guy's pretty good. Beat for 10. He has 80 HP. You switch something with a bench one, so I have like 20 of these. I'm not sure if that's too many. Of course, I can't attack, but... Why did he get to put it face down? Oh, just until I use mine, I guess? Tag, draw, shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 4. If it's on the bench, draw 4 more. Flip a coin. If heads, it does 10 more, so 20 or 30. You draw a new hand. Oh, what if your other hand doesn't have one either? It could be a... Just put like 1 in there and just troll them the whole time. That is kind of interesting because, yeah, you can't just have nothing out there. That's kind of how like the old school Yu-Gi-Oh worked with... Like how they couldn't attack directly or something like from the show, so you had to always just have something out there. So he deliberately switched it out and did 40, so it only has 10 left. Why couldn't I just switch out anyway? Like, what if I just want to retreat? Like, I don't want this there right now. Why do I have to use this? Why can't I just switch out? Yeah, so many choices. Just do it. And I don't have enough to still do that. This thing is pretty beefy with the 80 HP. So you got 60. How much does the second move do? It does 50. So I should be able to do that just like right now. This was completely trash. Weakness is lightning, of course. Resistant to fighting or rock or whatever. I think it's the same thing for 20. I don't like this picture either. That's something I'll make you pay for, or I don't know if it even makes you pay or if it makes you just sign up for it properly. See, he's not afraid to show lightning and what is that, dragon. Each player switches active with 1 of the bench. I would not want to do that. So shouldn't this be enough to kill it? But it must be all part of their plan because it must be a try hard to make. Wait, what? Wait. Is that because they just didn't have any others available? They didn't put any on their bench? I guess that gets off to a good start. They're saying I'm going to get destroyed by people who have crazy stuff, but I guess not. That was the easiest win possible. That was easier than the NPC tutorial stuff. You just won against someone who was favored. Yeah, everybody should be favored. You get a 2 bonus for that. Not bad. See, I'm just good at every single thing I try, so... You can't really intimidate me with these pay-to-win metrics. If you don't, you mulligan. Each has a retreat cost. Oh, I didn't even see that. The bat's retreat cost is 1 energy. He had none attached, so you couldn't retreat without the switch card. But these two are the same. For some reason, I copied it. This is pretty cool, though. If people don't use the same busted meta stuff over and over, which in Legacy, they might be less likely to do that. I'm sure if I did Standard or whatever else, I'd get destroyed. Or I don't even know. What was themed again? I forgot what that is. It seems at least reasonably active, though, the fact that I was able to, you know, do that so quickly. Just find somebody. Where is the, Oh yeah, let me look at all the different legacy and this and that. How did I do that? There's somewhere that, like, explained it. I think maybe when you go to make a deck. I don't know, I kind of like the whole presentation and everything of this, though. Yeah, here we go. Automatically. So I guess unlimited isn't really a format. It just lets you combine everything, and then you'll see which one it might fit into. It might not fit into any of them. Or maybe only legacy. Create a deck from some of the older ones. So does that mean you can put stuff from the newer ones too? And it's just like, you can't do that in standard? You can't put the older ones? So what is expanded? Create a deck with cards that are officially sanctioned to play in expanded events. I guess it doesn't really tell you what that means, though. So standard is probably like the try-hard stuff. That's just like they try to perfectly balance it, even though no game can ever do that. Expanded, there'll be some maybe a little bit more than that. I think Magic kind of has those too as well. Then this is the old school stuff, and then this is just random. Import based on something you've copied. Yeah, net decking, encouraging net decking, -1 right there. Test it. So expanded, legacy, and unlimited. But there is no unlimited as far as I could tell. Theme and standard. So yeah, if I... Wait. Let me look at that again. Theme is what? Wait, theme's not even on here. Yeah, I guess I don't know what that means even. Whatever. Just this one was fine. Gotta go for the least competitive one because they're not proving anything if they just have better cards. You link your Discord? Yeah, one sec. Legacy is the least played, but people still play it. Yeah, exactly. Like Wild is the least played, but I still do that. Unlimited is a format... Oh, for against friends. You buy a precondition from the store and play it without changing cards. Wait. Oh, I get it. Like the one that it gave me by default. Because I didn't have to pay for that one. I mean, that last guy I certainly can't accuse of being a tryhard. So he's only got fire, which means this would be a bad play right away. And it's not like you can fake or bait somebody out with that. You really have to have fire stuff in there for it to be... Right? Like, I didn't have the option to just put any element myself. It could only be like grass or... This is kind of like the one I have in the Magic Arena. Grass and Psychic. Like grass and dark or whatever. Pre-constructed, yeah. Okay, let's put this out. Yeah, here, I'll link that. One sec. Yeah, this could be so good. Really, that's the one thing in the new one that they should just add is Arena. I cannot believe anything not having that in this day and age. It almost seems like a deliberate decision maybe to force you to... You have no additional something, 11 seconds, yeah. So many exciting things happening that they are missing. They've summoned a fire, I summoned a... Oh, I guess... I made the exact thing... I did the exact thing I said I shouldn't do. What's he taking so long for? Hang on, I have to do this stupid token thing to log in. I should make a full account though, because it seems like it doesn't let you do anything. Like even put a picture or whatever of some default avatar. Okay, there we go. So, put this, yeah, okay. It does give you a ton of time though, so you control people. Draw cards until you have 6, so you should save that for later. Each player switches with one bench, but neither of us have a bench. Yeah, this might not be as good as what I thought. Switches the defending with one of their bench. So in this case, it wouldn't do anything then. Yeah, I know, I was typing in my password and stuff, so I didn't want people to... Not that you could really tell just from the... It still censors it out. But... Alright, so in this case, Whirlwind... So the energy doesn't matter unless it asks for a specific type. Which is why I like these that just have the normal type. Even a lot of the Pokemon that are a certain type don't always require that type. Like Energy Gift you can just do. There's a lot of stuff that's like that. Rocky Helmet. I think I remember that does a little damage when it gets hit. Put 2 damage counters on the attacking. What does that mean, a damage counter though? Like how much is that? Does 20. Shouldn't it be super effective too? No, it's not. See, normally it would be. A bug type would be weak on fire as well. which you're only getting the flying type treatment, so you're weak to thunder, lightning. Could heal it, which doesn't... Why is it being so... Whatever, draw that. So I must have reached like my max hand size. So I could switch it out, but it's not actually going to switch it out. So how much do I have left? I have 70 HP, so he's not going to just be able to destroy me. Only has that. Defending Pokemon is now burned. It costs 1. Weakness is obviously water. So I can make it feel like he's going to have a chance to kill me, but he's actually going to... But it doesn't do a damage value, so I don't really get that. Oh, I just did that. I just switched it out. Never mind. So this is just like an annoying effect. It just messes up whatever strategy they're trying to do. Draw 3. I'm sure a lot of people are going to have those. It's weird that they choose to put so many different characters for that. So it's just the same effect for all of them, like Tierno or whatever else. So I have 30 left, and so that's just going to burn it. So how much does damage over time stuff do? It does 20, and then it probably does 20 every turn, which means it's almost useless to... So you have to put something on the bench or you're just going to die, first of all. So if I didn't get that, that's what happened to the last guy, I think. Put this out. It's only during like that first phase, so I'm not even going to bother to heal it. I'm just going to do this again, and I'll put one of these on here. Get that guy ready on the bench. So, good enough. And again, it just annoys you by switching it out constantly. You can't get any rhythm. So he is going to kill it. I'll bring my other thing out. There's no like RNG on these moves, right? It's just guaranteed. So it puts 2 damage counters. Yeah, but I don't know what that means exactly. Evolution. Okay, fine. Fair enough. So now is where I would want my Curlia. Save me like you did so many times, and why? Actual successful first playthrough permadeath. I don't know if that means it's so easy or what, but like I've been struggling with a lot of those lately. So we get this. I can't really do anything to draw a whole lot more. I guess this. I get that. See, this is where the evolutions can screw you over, even with so few of them. There's no point in even putting more than that. Sideball. Flip a coin if heads. Defending is now paralyzed. It doesn't even do any damage. This requires evolution. Evolution. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have this many random evolution things out there. I don't even know what to do then. There's nothing to even put on a bench. Like, there's nothing I can do. Oh, I can't even use that. I don't even know why I did that. This is so dumb. I guess you keep them if you evolve. Now you're just waiting for Curlia, and if I don't get it, I could be screwed. I have like 2 of them in there, don't I, at least? Maybe this is a reason to have more than 2, but I can't imagine having 4 Ralts, 4 Curlia, and then 4 of these Gazelle, whatever they are, Gadell, Gallade. I don't know what either of these names are. Gardevoir is garbage, and this one's not as bad, but why does it go to a G? Like, you know, the names have to have some synergy between them. Discard and draw 7. Actually, dude, I'm willing to do that because this is just not working for me. Yeah, having fewer cards, no shit. I just can't do anything with that. I think it's the right move. And I still didn't get it, but at least I have something for the bench. And at least I have something to do with this. And I even get another one of these, too. So even if this dies now, I don't have to worry about it as much. So we can just keep this is just an annoying troll kind of thing I'm doing. I'm stunning everything, and I'm also like switching them with each other on the bench with the other thing. So you can tell my troll antics already coming out on full display before I even have any selection of cards. You just can't even do anything. Damn it, dude. Give me a Curlia. Finally, okay. So maybe I'll put it on the bench. Wait. I forget now. I get to keep the energy. Keeps all its energy and damage counters, but there was no damage. Draw a card for each energy attached to this. Double step. Flip 2. It does 20 times the number. It's not even that good, honestly, but there's no reason to stack it up, I guess, more than that. When it's knocked out, you may move 1 basic energy card that was attached to it. Wait, what? Whatever. In case it gets knocked out, something good happens. Put this on here, maybe. Set up for the triple attack. And then do this. Give me 2. Whatever, 20. That's kind of shitty for an evolved second move. 2 RNG base. Like, what's the best case scenario even? Just 40? People usually play when a Pokemon has stage 2 evolution, something like 4 of the basic, 3 stage 1, and 2 stage 2. Yeah. So I did like 4, 2, and 1. Because, yeah, I just feel like it's very unlikely that you're going to get all of it in a perfect sequence, especially with a huge ass 60 card thing. Although it is kind of surprising how far we've gotten through it. So what the heck does this do again? When your active thing is knocked out, you may move 1 basic energy card that was attached to it. What the fuck? 60? Flip a coin. Okay, dude. This you can use to draw something. I mean, I obviously would want to heal it. That did way more than I was expecting. You can get the third one on here. This just doesn't even seem that good. It should do way more than that. It should just do 40. Wait, what happened? Flip a coin, it can do 60, which means that would be enough to just kill me. In fact, even if it doesn't, I'm still dead. It doesn't even have to. Wow. Alright, so this guy's ready to go at least. You gotta always be aware of keeping stuff on the bench, right? Because you just lose if you don't have something there. I think it's as simple as that. Put 4 basic stuff. I'm sure there are at least 4 in there. Just letting you choose which ones if you have different types. So we can start stocking up the stuff on the bench. Just more paralysis annoyance there. I feel like I'm in a pretty tight spot right now. 90, so he's still alive. Damn. His hand is just stacked out too. Like, he doesn't seem like his is that good, but it's just a little bit too good maybe for me to... Well, I shouldn't say that. I might still win even. It's just all basic stuff. Like, nothing is crazy so far. Like, maybe a Mega Evolution mechanic. Like, that kind of almost ruined Y for a lot of people. Just X and Y. Because it's so, like... You know what I mean? Like, you can't really win a fight like that unless you use it yourself. So actually, not only was first playthrough also permadeath, I almost didn't use that at all. I only used it like when you really had to. Even on the final fight, I think I didn't use it. Because whoever that chick is, the actress or whatever, Diantha, I think I made a point not to use it. So I almost just lost there just to make it more interesting. I'll have to check, actually. I don't remember. So that, there's no point putting more on that. There's no reason not to just do that. And so how much do you have? A lot of these are pretty tanky, which is kind of my style. So mine has 50 left. His has like 30, 40 left. Great ball. Look at the top 7. I like how I started with so many psychic things, though. It's like it knows what I'm into. That looks kind of busted. 150. Anything that strong is just going to ruin me, because I barely even have anything like that. And actually, this is not as good as I thought it would be. Rolf just paralyzes stuff, and Curlia does like a max of 40 with the second move, which is kind of mediocre. Like, I'm doing more with this guy. It's not just about damage, but it's not like it does anything else. It doesn't have an effect, or... The upside is 20 versus 40. Like, what the fuck? It should be like 40 versus 60 or something. Jesus Christ. Like this guy. Or this doesn't even require the flip. The other guy was doing the same thing. 150. He's just keeping in his back pocket. So I think I'm just screwed. So you can use this to draw something. Draw until you have 6. Wait, I'm not even attacking. Oh, it counts as an attack, but... It doesn't actually do anything. It just gives me a card. This thing is sleep poison. So what evolves into this? The other woo bat or whatever, which I haven't gotten the whole time. Doesn't even seem that good. If head, search your deck for 2 energy cards, attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. That 150 is kind of scary, but even though he's already taken 70, I guess that's the price you pay for putting it out there and evolving. That's why you should always evolve if you're able to, if the pace allows it. Evolve on the back rank here to back rank in order to sort of keep it safe while you do it. There was something like that in Magic that I was just talking about, right? where like you do something to allow, or no, I do that with like the Iron Juggernaut. Like just make sure it's safe the whole time. Never give them a chance to damage it or kill it. So then it comes out there with 150 and you're just, I'm obviously gonna lose this. Sleep. I can do a lot of CC stuff. There's no reason to even do that. Flip a coin. It's now asleep and poisoned. But if not, then you just get nothing out of it. You can paralyze it here as well. Imagine if I somehow win by just pissing him off with all these things. Just by stun locking him the whole way. That first one was almost too easy. He just put one thing out, it died, and he had nothing left, so he just lost. Which is kind of crazy. Like an aggro response, but I wasn't really trying to do it like that. I wonder how like the longer things would really play out. Like you could make like an aggro thing where you don't even have evolutions in there. Just try to beat them as quickly as possible. Just destroy whatever they have just to kind of clear their board. And if it fails, then they'll obviously beat you with the evolution stuff. But draw until you have 6. It's just not really working for me. Put these out as like little meat shields. You can just stun lock him a bit more. You can deck him out. What's he got? 18? Oh no, he has more than me though. This is where the energy cards can be kind of annoying, because since you can only use one at a time, you're never going to be able to benefit from this Card of Sanctity thing. I'll beat him on time, actually. I wonder how often that happens. Probably not, really. This is at least going on, though, for a little bit. This is pretty intense. He gives up from annoyance. That is really what some of these effects are going to do. Make him sleep, make him paralyzed, make him poisoned. Make him switch out with the bench. That would actually be my own undoing. He keeps healing it too. Like, why wouldn't you just put this out? I guess he doesn't know what I really have to deal with it. But it doesn't seem like there's a ton of removal in this, like where you can just, you know, like a card that just destroys what they have. Because that would be maybe a little bit too strong. But it could come at a cost. That's what this doesn't really have, is there's no cost sort of factor to a lot of stuff, like no mana or anything. Put him to sleep. Switching out with the bench stuff doesn't matter as much now. Imagine if you just lost like that. If you didn't have anything on the bench and you switched it out, you just win. But it doesn't work like that, obviously. This, we can put a second one on there. You can, oh, I should have... Ah, fuck. I should have done that first. My bad. You can't do that in the same turn, I guess. Let's see. This would be able to draw more. Somehow I'm still kind of hanging in there, but it just seems hopeless. I'm just not going to be able to deal with some of his bigger stuff. Right? Like, you just can't deal with a 150. I didn't mean to actually click that check, but whatever. Like, how do I deal with this? There's just nothing I have that's even close to it. Even Gardevoir, Galad, or whatever. Oh, I guess that one's a bit better name at least. I don't know what Gardevoir is supposed to mean, but I'll just beat him with poisoning everything. Getting super lucky with this RNG. Galad is like a ballad. I get it. That was kind of the theme of my Pokemon Y run a little bit too. I did a lot of damage over time stuff, even though you know that's not going to be good necessarily. So you can do the evolution here, but it's only going to have 80, and it's only, this is like trash. So we just got to get super lucky with this, and maybe I have a chance if you just keep doing it. Wait, but it didn't get stunned this time. Oh, it must have. Okay. 30 out of... Man, this thing has been alive for a while, though. All of his stuff is just way better, isn't it? 60, 90, 110 left, 20 left. Rare candy. Haven't seen that yet. What is it? Choose one of your basic Pokemon. What? If you have a stage 2 card that evolves from something, put it onto the basic Pokemon. Evolve it. Skipping stage 1. You can't use this during your first phase. Okay, I think I saw something that did the same thing, but it wasn't called that. Which does kind of confuse the issue. They shouldn't really do that. Because you associate that one card name with that one thing, and that's it. Like how they put the artist name on there. What do you got? I think they all do that, but sometimes in the digital versions they don't. Like obviously in Hearthstone they don't do that. But like anytime you have a physical card. I like how the copyright is still 2012. Are they all like that? Because some of these must have come out after that. Especially some of this Mega Evolution crazy stuff. Burn. He's giving me a taste of my own medicine with the damage over time bullshit. Discard your card and draw 7. Which is perfectly good because I don't have to worry about that now. This card draw is so busted, dude. Curlia. What? Oh, I think I already put Gallad back in my thing, though. Yeah, I get my evolution, which sucks. Yeah, I really actually don't even like her here. So it must just be failing. No big deal. But see how long even a loss takes to happen? Beating this guy on time. If it was a chess game, maybe I'd have a chance. Blaze kick. So he's still holding back this thing. Like, why? You can just do 120. There's nothing I can do. Discard an energy attached to it in order to... So you would have to first have 4 and then lose 1. But for 120... What the fuck? 130. Wait, why is that defeat? Why? I still had stuff on my bench. What, he just overkilled it so bad that I just die? I burn up too? I still had stuff on my bench. I still had cards in my thing. What? I still had time. You've completed your first daily challenge. You lose a game in embarrassing fashion. Oh, the prize cards. Right. Okay, let me link my thing really quick. This is pretty fun, though. I mean, that didn't even feel like... Oh, yeah, there it is. That didn't even feel like he really had that busted of a deck, I must say. That felt okay. But I do need... I don't know if I like Curlia right now. Let me look actually again. Are there any better evolutions that I have available here? Actually, go to construction. Obviously, I have very limited stuff, so it is what it is. Like, let's look at this one. What's the difference? You have the Woobat thing. Curlia, Gallad. I guess I could have used another Curlia, but that's the problem. She's just not that good. Let me maybe try a different element, actually. Like, just whatever. What do I have that's actually good? Like, this is good. This is what he just destroyed me with. And being salty about losing and then doing... But look at some of these health values. Like, this is crazy. 140. That's all I want. Like, give me the highest health value stuff. Maybe he was using, like, a basic thing, because I have all the cards that he was doing. That is kind of what I was doing in GOAT format in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just, like, beefy stuff, like, because it's pretty rare. So, like, that gorilla with 2000 attack is, like, one of the strongest things possible, and you can just do it on your first turn. So just let them deal with the big stuff. And it's not like they can't deal with it, but it's just... So what are the things that evolve into that? Maybe I don't have them. This is the guy with the bricks I don't think I have. Girder or whatever. This is like the chicken. I'm pretty sure. The picture is like facing the different way, but maybe put 2 of those in. And then Conkelder. His names are kind of dumb a little bit. Which one becomes him? Girder. I don't think I have that one. Oh, no, I do. So, oh, but you have to double evolve to do it. Maybe put 3 of these, and then how many of those do I have? Probably it'll let me put 4. Is it this guy? Drillbur. Oh, it doesn't actually show you on the stage 1. Wait, it's not. What is that? I saw this one, but I never saw this one in, like, Pokemon Y. Yeah, I was supposed to completion as 100% complete the Pokedex, but I actually didn't do that at all. I guess I'm not as much of a completionist as I used to be. I just want stuff with, like, over 100 HP. It just feels so dominating. It's so hard to get rid of, and unless they have something to match, like that thing. But maybe I'll stick with fire mostly. 100, and that's basic, too. Maybe put 2 of those. Is this the one? Timber. The pictures sometimes look different, so it's hard to tell. I'm assuming it's the same thing. It'll show an arrow, I guess. 1, 2. I guess we'll do 4. So this will be like our main ace card. And then I'm literally just copying what that guy did to me, but it's fine. That's how you learn. I don't look stuff up, but I sometimes do this. This seems like trash. The burn. I'm not a big fan of damage over time as much as maybe I should be. 18. So maybe I should do one other thing from a different element, or what was the other one that had like over 100? I don't know if that's really enough. 140. So what evolves from this? I must have these. It must make a point to. It must be this thing, right? Bold, or maybe I'll do a little more. 2. I don't know how many. I was gonna say lands. I don't know how many of those versus the. You don't even have to. Lands versus energy versus Pokemon you should have. Maybe like 20 and 20. Let's see. I mean, you lose if you don't have one of these, so... I did the chicken. I did this. How many of those do I have? 1. This actually doesn't look bad. So where's that other stupid guy? Like Roger Nola, I think he's called. Yeah, isn't this it? No, it's not? Where'd it go? Wait. Oh, what the fuck? I did the wrong thing. 1, 2, 3. I guess that's good enough. So now I'll put a whole bunch of fire stuff in here. Right? Isn't that like what everything requires? Or wait, it's fighting. Wait. Oh, I kind of mixed it up a little bit too much. Fighting and fire. Fine, I'll put... Oh, I'm going to split myself already. Spread myself thin. So let's do like... I think I have more fire stuff, so I'll do like 15 and... Oh, this is going to kind of screw me, though. Some of this stuff is going to be useless. Maybe something like that. Look at the bottom right. When you zoom in, it shows you the evolution line. Oh, is this? Basic. Holy shit, there's so many, though. Stage 2. What the fuck? What happened to just one Charizard fucking... I don't even remember the name, but like, you know, 1 into 1 into 1. There'd only be 3 total. What happened to that? Mega evolutions and shit. What happened to that guy? Here. Blaziken. This one's simple enough. What's the difference even in some of these sometimes? Just different art, I guess. Like, that's the special golden card that you'd probably have to pay more for if there was a crafting system. So let me do... So how much fighting stuff do I really have? Maybe I have more than I realize. You don't want to get stacked up too much on energy, though, I feel like. But, like, how many... These are all fighting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3... Oh, actually, I have less fire than I realized, so maybe I should do the opposite. Because, like, mathematically, just think about how many I could possibly use. 1, 2, 3, 4... And you don't even need fire for that. So you only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the max you can even use is 9. So why would you have more than that? I guess just to increase your odds of drawing it, but... I guess I'll do 15 of these. And then I'll do a couple of these, just like mainly the card draw stuff. Card of Sanctity and whatever other ones we had. Discard and draw 7. Which, again, the assumption there is you just draw 7 or 6 because you will only play it when you have nothing left in your hand, which is pretty easy to get to. I'm not going to worry about healing as much because some of these are super beefy anyway. Put, like, maybe 2 of those. Or maybe I'll have extra space to put it anyway. What else was I using last time? Escape rope can be good maybe sometimes. When it's knocked out, you may use 1. That's not really that good. I don't know why I was even doing that. Each player... Okay, that doesn't matter. I mean, there must be some meta where if you know they have a good hand, but I wouldn't be able to identify that anyway. Shuffles his or her deck, draws a card for each of her Whoa. Shuffles his or her hand into the deck and then draws 1. So that's good to play early on in the thing. 3 end cards, okay. If head, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it. Pokedex will get the top 5 cards and put them back. Okay, these are kind of not really interesting. Where are the other, like, draw 3 cards? I thought I had more like that. Maybe one of these is good. Choose up to 2 tools attached. Don't really care about that. Discard 2 from your hand. Search your deck for a Pokemon. Huh. So you guess 3 more. Can you just look up a word? Like, look up the word draw. I guess you can't. That's fine. I think I put all the ones in there. Fine, I guess I'll put a little bit of healing stuff. Revive. Put a basic from your discard onto your bench. That could be okay. It feels like there is very little stuff like that. Or maybe just to start, there's very little. Put a little potions, but they seem kind of garbage. That is one of my core defining values. Either high HP or just high attack, which this kind of has both. This should be usable in Legacy, I hope. I don't see why it wouldn't be. So we're going to almost do what that guy did. Just summon stuff that is so hard to get rid of that you just win. So he got all his prize cards. I guess that discourages you from having a lot of weenie stuff just to kind of stall the game out. Right? If they kill 6 of them, you win anyway. So you can't just keep trolling them like I was trying to. Which again benefits having beefy stuff that's harder to get rid of. And is very good too. Great Ball and Level Ball are pretty good cards. You still need Torchic to play Blaziken. Oh, I thought I had... Oh, yeah. I think I don't have the first form evolution, do I? Shit. Yeah, maybe I should replace some of those cards that I wasn't sure of. So, I don't have any synergy yet, so maybe just do that one because it's tanky. 90, Heat Blast is pretty good. Weak against water. Oh, I love his little box there. Put something on the bench. Have no additional stuff, that's fine. Oh, you don't get to choose the prize cards even. So you should always save these because that's what's going to be more relevant. Whereas the fire is whatever. It just doesn't matter. But if you have the choice, match the color with the color. If I only had this, then I guess I would have no choice but to do it. But then you would only want to put a maximum of 2 because then you're not going to be able to use it anyway. This comes from... Wait. Do I even have that one? I don't even know what I did. You can't do anything with those. Put another fire. Oh my god, Mewtwo. Actually, you can just summon it. It's basic. How is that basic? What about Mew? X-Ball does 20 damage times the amount of energy attached. And the defending side drive 2 and 1 regular. Discard an energy attached. So I could be getting a little bit trolled here by somebody who's just got 2 strong stuff. That the start would kind of indicate that to you. So if I do beat him, I'll get some special bonus because... Okay, dude. He's got all legendary stuff, I bet. Just look at the pretty colors. You know he's too strong. If the attached thing is active and is damaged, put 6 damage count. I don't know what damage counters still are, though. Is it like 10 for each? It must be. Grass. Mewtwo doesn't evolve from Mew. Oh, I thought it did. Then what is... That shows you how little I know. I thought that was the whole point of it. 80. So basically it's going to die anyway. 60. How much HP you got? 170. I guess I ate up whatever damage he was going to do. I think I'm just dead, actually. Wait, why couldn't I put one of these down? Too many of them are evolution kind of based, I think is my mistake. Let me look at these things again. Wait. Oh, he wasn't able to kill it still. I guess I have no choice but to do this because I just need something I can put on the bench, right, to stay alive. Why can't I do this still? Oh, you can only do like 1 trainer. Yeah, just kill myself. Wait, yeah, I was going to say, it's the one rare thing where you can actually do that. I guess you can do it in like Hearthstone with a weapon or whatever too. Okay, let me look at this again. I mean, every once in a while you're going to face somebody like that who's just... too good. You always have to go to this. Okay, so what do I not have the ability to test it? Just look at it. Or edit it. Clone, no. Wait, how do you just edit? Here. So this you have everything. 1 to 2 to 3. This I have. 1 to 2 to 3. This I have 2 to 3, but I don't have the 1. So that's a good call. Where is that thing? Sometimes the pictures look so different on there. Here, right? Or no. That's a pig, that's a chicken. Here we go. Torchic. So, yeah, I'll get rid of some spells or whatever. 1, 2, 3. So at least I have a good number of things which you can promote into something better. Promote, evolve. But maybe too many where you're not always going to get the right combinations. So, in fact, that almost justifies putting a bit more energy and stuff in there. Get rid of one of these. Draw until you have 6. Discard until you have that. What do I have, like 2 of that maybe I don't need? I'm a big fan of the card draw anyway. Just get rid of both of those. Maybe I'll put a little bit more fire in here. Or wait, I still have too many anyway. I have to get rid of even more. I guess I don't care too much about that. Because again, the little weenie concept is bad because the more stuff that dies, they just get a prize card and they're just going to win. So it just takes 6 random things from your deck and throws it in there. Which one did I just edit? You would have Torchic in here. Wait. I don't think it's this one because I just... Yeah, it's this one. Okay, let me try again. Hopefully, again, can you really blame me for that last one? I don't know what that guy was using, but it at least seemed good. Maybe it wasn't even that good, but... Obviously, Mewtwo, you know, is going to be rare. You're still missing the Emboar evolution line. Am I? Let's see. What is Emboar? Oh, yeah. Who is this middle guy? Why does it look like there were arrows then? Let me see. I keep doing that instead of manager. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it. Just... Where is it even? Oh, I don't have any arrows to that. Okay, so it's the... Oh, I think I don't have room then. I do kind of want that one, though. Maybe I should just do as few of these as possible. Like, only do the card draw. 1, 2. So, that's still not going to be enough, though. I'm just kind of enamored with this because of how crazy it was for that last guy. So Blaziken I have. So what are these two going to be called? Emboar. What would make sense? Something that looks like a boar. This guy looks like it. So maybe just do 2 of the, or 1 of those and 1 of the last one. Or maybe anything that's 4 I could get rid of. Obviously going to be the pig. Yeah, maybe I'll get rid of a 4. Just so that everybody has like a fair chance to get there. 1, 1, 1. So... I don't know. I guess I could do 1, 2, and 1. So he was a little bit before. Pig Knight. That's good enough. So now at least how many evolutions do I have in there? Or how many sets, basically? You have the 1, 2... that's not 1. 3, 4. You have 4 different sets that you can do. The problem is they're all going to mismatch and not come together. Try putting just like 16 energy and get some great ball and level balls in. Trainer cards are very important. You should try to shave off 1 entire evolution line and play fewer energy cards. Yeah, let me just try to flex some of these evolutions though to try them. Because I haven't really gotten very many good ones. Curlia let me down. She's much better in Pokemon Y than in this. Those effects are so bad. Like, do 40 damage if you get lucky? You can do that with a base thing. Like, why do I even care? With no other effect. First player cannot. Okay. Let's see what we got. So this requires the Roganola line. This is just a good base thing. This is going to synergy. So they all are like different synergies. So I don't really know. The point is, like, even if I discard everything, at least if I get one of these out there, then I'll be able to evolve into it. So just get these on the bench. These two. And then it doesn't matter what else I get. So put this guy out because he's beefy on his own. Like this is the kind of stuff I would just do. There you go, easy. I'm on a win streak. This is how it goes. Either you get destroyed by somebody with Mewtwo or you get a free win by somebody who AFKs out. This is the night and day experience of a free-to-play first-time player. Amazing. 100% win rate, first turn kill. The other guy was almost like that. Like, he didn't even AFK out. He just only put one thing out there, and I killed it, and I just won. I was even shocked. Like, he didn't put anything on the bench. Maybe he didn't have anything to put, which can sometimes happen. Even with all this evolution heavy. That looks like a custom picture. Like, that wouldn't be something actually in the game. Oh, here we go. You're going to get another Mewtwo show off on me. Calling the coin flip. Or like in Yu-Gi-Oh, you always get to do rock, paper, scissors. The classic. You lost the coin flip that you didn't get to choose. The first player, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's do our best here. So you get 2 of these, which is perfectly fine. Your opponent had basic and will take a mulligan after you set up to play. Actually, you want to put those on the bench then, because this guy's still a little bit better. So you're allowed to only put 1 here, right? You can't, or you can put all. Just put everything. You have no other things to put. 6 of the... So what if this is like one of my major evolution things, though? Since it takes it out of the deck, that could just screw you over. Your opponent had to take 1 mulligan before they could play their opening hand. So it's just showing you what happened. Which, of course, I fully understand and process the significance of it. I love all these little things, but I bet you have to pay real money for them, or maybe you earn them after a certain period of time. Cosmetics are pretty fun in games like this because it doesn't have any impact. Would you like to draw a card? Your opponent had no basic and drew a hand. Okay. Could do that. No reason not to. Oh, that makes the coughing thing even better. Because if you have enough of those type of AoE effects, you could just kill their whole bench at once. And then you just win by default. So they might think, oh, I have 3 or 4 things on my bench. But they won't necessarily be aware of how low HP they might get. Because you don't really think of it like that. That was a very unique effect. How it just did 20 to everything. So no reason to use the fighting type stuff. To do this. And wait. Oh, could I have done that and I just didn't? Flip a coin, attach a fire energy from your discard pile to the Pokemon. Could be pretty good. I think I just messed up there. This is a Psychic type with 130, of course. Very basic. Dude, some of my evolved stuff doesn't even have 130. What do you mean basic, dude? And this is not even like the new format. This is the old legacy stuff. Hex costs 3, costs 4. I guess it'll sit there unable to do anything for a while at least. Heat Blast is pretty good. I guess I could work towards that, but... Flip a coin. Oh, I guess I don't have anything in my discard pile yet, so it won't even process that. No attack first turn. Oh yeah, I always forget it's the first turn because it makes your opponent summon stuff too, so that makes me think they made their move too. Okay. It's still alive, though. I don't have much healing in this. So, I would need the middle chicken to be able to promote that. There's not much I can do about this, but I may as well get the value of the attack here. Which is still not going to be nearly enough. Like, isn't this just too strong? Like, I just can't deal with that at this stage. That is not a basic card, dude. I guess its attacks are kind of expensive, but still. If the defending Pokemon is affected by a special condition, this attack does 50 more, rewarding you for damage over time and debuffs and stuff. Communication. I really wish you could craft, because I would just keep doing this over and over and eventually earn enough stuff to be able to craft stuff. Reveal something. That's why this game isn't as popular as it could be. They should have both arena and crafting, and it would be amazing. Because it could still be pay to win, whatever, like pay to get cards, but it would at least give you a chance to do stuff, even if it takes forever. Like, I did Hearthstone Arena for so long, but if you average like 7 wins, then you can still do it. You can get infinite cards, which is hard to do, but it at least gives you that hope. Put this as active, but it's not going to matter because basically, okay, so you can still do this, but shit. This is where I have too many evolutions and I have too many conflicting, or at least I have 2 conflicting energy types. I won't even be able to do anything with it. I don't have any fire stuff. We're just giving it up to die, basically. I wonder if there's certain ones that get like an attack back opportunity. Like his special ability is when he gets hit, he is able to attack. Or it would just be like a Rocky helmet type of thing, like it puts the damage counter on you. Yeah, I'm gonna get destroyed here. Choose something to become active. I do have a tremendous amount of patience when it comes to dealing with overpowered stuff. Like, I wouldn't care if I lose 1,000 games in a row. It's just more like, you know, I don't like some of these things I'm seeing because it makes it feel like it's just too busted. Like, 140 is my evolution. Not saying the health value is absolute, but 130 is his basic. Like, what's wrong with that picture? Something doesn't seem right. And it's fair enough. Like, maybe, oh, he's free to play too. She's free to play. Because she could have just been playing for a super long time. But, okay, so this is going to be useless. Let me try that theme deck, maybe. Once you attack, you won't be able to put energy, but there's no point putting energy. Like, I'll consider it a moral victory if I can just kill this one thing. That's a win for me. Forget about the... just beat this one boss type fucking basic thing. What are his other things? It's not even an evolution. That's what kind of bothers me. These are at least normal. You can just summon it. Oh, it tells you height and weight and stuff? I didn't even see that. Oh, that's awesome. Mantle, it tells you like their title and their weight and stuff. Hypnotoxic laser. Once active thing is now poisoned. X. He's just tearing through everything, dude. Oh, because I had nothing left. Okay, let me do the theme thing like he was suggesting. Just try it. You're free to play, but... Oh, that's you? Cool. But played a bit. There's definitely 10 times more OP decks. Theme is easier when you have less cards. I'm just a fan of seeing, like, the older cards. That's why I like to do, like, Wild or whatever. So this will be dual draw, because this restricts them to like a theme deck themselves. So, right, so whatever it is can't be that busted. I love the HP values. I'm always going to prioritize that. So this is going to be Powerful Friends plus 10. If you have 2 or more, if you have any stage 2 on your bench, this does 70 more. Each player draws 2 cards. But it doesn't have an attack, so some of these are kind of stupid. So that means I wouldn't be able to edit this, right? You would just have to, well, or you could only change it to another theme deck. So whatever's in here, you just have to deal with it. This is kind of like the Whiz Bang the Wonderful thing, like where you just get the... Wait, it's still my turn. Oh yeah, I forgot you can put multiple things. Okay. It's very unrestrictive. Like, there's so many things. You can just play as many spells as you want as long as it's not a trainer card. Put as many things on your bench as you want. This could be fun, actually. But then you're going to end up seeing a lot of the same stuff over and over and over, so it might get a little bit repetitive. Like, how many theme things could there really be? Except with that Mental Might deck, it's honestly the worst one. I even wanted Psychic, and I got lucky and got it, because I didn't get to choose it. Let's see. It's bad because Curlia sucks, as we've seen. Flip a coin, so there's no reason not to do it. You get 3 cards. You get the bat. What does this one do? Search the deck for 2 basic energy cards. Put them in your hand. Sure, why not? You could draw 3 more, too. So is there any reason to... Wait, how did I not even put an energy on this before? Maybe I just forgot to do it? You have any stage 2, so I obviously don't. But that is like my style of play. Put a tank out there and then evolve something and then have it ready to go without putting it at risk in Form 1, right, by playing it to the field. Water. Oh, that's what this is. Yeah, I always get confused around the normal attack stuff. That almost makes stuff too good because... Or like the effects that require a certain element always have to be better than the ones that don't. Otherwise it wouldn't be fair. Because that's just too easy to do. You can just do it with anything. Kind of like the lands concept, I guess, in Magic. That is actually a very similar mechanic. So you can put this 10. Of course, I'm not going to have any healing. You'll be able to, well, I say that, but I don't want to waste that anyway. So this is a stage 2 thing, so that would allow me to do... What is this one, anyway? Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon, reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck. I feel like I'm going to get to my hand size without even knowing. This doesn't seem that good to me, but people are saying it's good. You may reveal something you found and put it into your hand. Fine, let's do it. I don't have another bat thing. None of these really help me too much. I guess I'll do that just because it's tanky. And what else can I do? Doesn't seem like there's much stuff your opponent can do on your turn. Like there's no trap card sort of precedent. Could I put another? No, I can't do that. Attack does 70 more damage. So that wait, don't I have that? Oh no, stage 1 is still considered. Okay, never mind. That would have to be fully evolved. That's quite a price to pay, but it does do quite a bit of damage. 90. Only has 10 damage done to it. Hydro Slash. Each of your stage 1 Pokemon in play is now a water Pokemon in addition to its existing types. Does that mean it would share the weakness too? It would finally have a dual weakness? It's only taken 10. Put another tank one out there. I guess it doesn't matter what order you put them in because you can always choose which one to bring out. I guess I'll just do this. Let's see. Put 2 basic in your hand. Well, how is that basic though? What? Oh no, it's just letting me see them. It's not. Maybe I'll get another one of these tanks just because that is kind of a cool combo because whatever, I'll just get that. I don't even know what it does. Just Tight Jaw, Sharp Fang, whatever. I need to get a stage 2 and then these will become very good. But then it doesn't make sense to really hold your stage 2 thing back. So I have a stage 1 waiting for whatever the final form is. I'm assuming this isn't even his final form. I'm assuming I have the final form in here, but I don't know, right? Because I didn't make this. That thing is almost dead, right? He's got 20 left. Mine is, of course, very tanky, so even that crazy amount didn't derail me. No, do this first. I'm actually going to just go hard into that one. So you only have this to choose. And so we have plenty of stuff on the bench. It's just a question of whether it's really that good or not. So healing it won't even necessarily matter. But you know what? Let's give it a shot. Because we should be able to kill it guaranteed. And so what he summons might not be strong enough to kill it. That might not have been worth doing, really. But you get one of these. It's an energy. For some reason, I remember being able to choose. Maybe that's just how I used to play it. Oh, shit. He's going to get Gyarados, though. There's no other reason he would have done that, right? He must be about to do it. Flip 2 coins if either of them is heads. Then what? What the fuck? Flip 2 coins if either of them is tails. This attack does nothing. Oh, I thought it meant like it would do nothing no matter what, and it's just there as a meme thing. Like whether it's heads or tails, it does nothing. Okay, so you have 50 left. I'll stack this guy up. There's nothing else I can do, so I'll just hit it. How much HP does it have? Only 30. Just kind of giving me a free prize card. Actually doing good here. Yeah, I'm really disappointed by the Curlia sort of evolution tree, though. That's supposed to be one of the better ones, I would think, but... Or at least a good one. There's no release date yet. It's in closed beta. They're not going to migrate. Yeah, that's what somebody else said, too. It's a good 50 plus. That's pretty fun, though. 10 to 15 are regularly played, so I'm assuming this is one of the least played. 5 of the theme, 5 of them most of the time. It's around its end. That's too bad, though. Let's see. Maybe that's why I didn't hear about it, but I feel like I never heard about it, honestly. Just get this guy fully decked out. So I'm going to assume mine's just going to die, which is fine. So this guy's ready to just do 60 off the bat, which could be excellent. Whenever you... What is that? Heals it for 20. Whenever you attach an energy card in your hand to the Pokemon this is attached to, heal it for 20. Which still wouldn't save you. You switch it out. You don't even do anything, though. You could have killed it, couldn't you? You could have easily. I thought you had enough energy. Whatever. So now we can start to buff somebody else up. Just go with the tankier stuff. Actually, this healing is coming in pretty clutch because you can just keep... Look at this. I've had this one guy the whole time. This is why I love tankiness. How much HP does he have? I can just kill it. This guy's just lining them up to die. Amazing. I'm actually kind of enamored with the healing abilities now. A little bit. But then again, it's not like I chose to put that in there. It was just there already. 50. How do you even buy stuff? Like, where's the shop? Like, I have all this gold, so what do I do with it? Here. Upgrade to a full account. I feel like that probably doesn't cost anything, right? It's just, so I could already get, like, a pack here. Newest set. Popular. So that means, like, all the power creep and expansions and stuff. When did this come out? It must have been out for a very long time. So we're on, like, the last leg. So you will see a lot of that kind of shit that feels overpowered. Wait, you can't even get, like, older stuff? Oh, yeah, you can't. Yeah, see, I'd be the type to go back and get the older ones just to see what they're like and just to have fun with it and make some interesting... You know, like how I'm doing the Iron Juggernaut in Hearthstone. That was never good in the first place, but it's definitely not good now. So many years. That was very early on. This will be, what? Umbreon, Espeon, Colosseum, Undaunted, Unleashed. Yeah, this has such good potential, so it's good that they're adding those modes. It's actually a lot more complex than I thought, but I guess it might have become that way over time, because I definitely feel like when I first played it, it wasn't like that. And by it, I don't mean like this, I just mean like whatever, the actual physical game. What is this? Pikachu-themed Avatar Collection box. So how do you get all the other boxes that people are using? Like that one was very cool looking, with like the water snake thing. I forget the name of that. There must be rewards for like doing special things or redeem codes, I guess. Whatever, who cares about that? Let's just do a few more of these themed ones, I guess. It's unfortunate that I can't do the legacy really, but I guess I could save up to be able to do it. Click on the eye thingy. Themed decks come with their box. Oh, maybe that. No, I think that was something else though. Somebody had like a special one. The person who played Mewtwo maybe or something. I'm sure they have cosmetics that you can do, like even the card backs. Okay, so we'll go out with something beefy again. Oh, I should have done the same thing since he was so good to me last time. I just won the whole game with that one guy. Lost to a cow. So, do this. Look at the top. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to do stuff like this sometimes, right? Like, why would you hold back on it? It's going to do the same thing whenever you play it. So what do I have that would evolve or anything? I guess you should get this just to be able to evolve into the very underwhelming Curlia. It's like it's waiting there for them to possibly do something, but it doesn't feel like there's anything they can even do. 2 basic energy cards, that's fine. So apparently I got one of the worst ones to start. But I probably would have chosen it too, just because I like this element. You could hit that, do 10 damage. But it's the first turn, of course, I always forget that. 60 dragon type. We haven't seen too many of those. If this has any water energy, it has no retreat cost. Weakness is what? Dragon as well. Flip a coin. If heads, this does 30 more. Not really that threatening, honestly. Is it worth it getting that up to 50? Probably you could. That's why anything with low health is bad, because it's just going to die before you get a chance to even use the stronger attack. So health is just good in every sense. You don't lose the prize card. You don't give up, you know, the board so easily. You don't have to use your bench as much. Even if their damage isn't as good. But, like, look at how garbage this is. 60, and you just have a paralysis. Like, it's so trash. Okay, do this. And what is this? Alolan Grimer, basic. Draw 2 cards, does 30. That's not really that big of a deal. I want to see some evolution thing come into play here. I'm so good that I'm beating people with the worst basic deck. Theme deck. The mine hasn't taken any damage even, because he has to put so much energy on it. When it evolves, yeah, we get it. Draw 3 cards. I love how every trainer is just like that. Like 100 different people. I guess I don't know who that one is. Some of them, like Tierno, obviously, I know. I forget the name of that annoying singing chick from Pokemon Y or X. So who was it that I almost lost to multiple times early on? There's that one flying guy on the beach who kind of trolled you. Because that was like the highest level type that you faced the whole time, the whole game. And it just came out of nowhere in like a random fly. Because they restrict you to only flying types, as if any normal player would have a lot of those. And they give you the highest challenge, strongest Pokemon that you've ever faced in that fight, where they restrict you to only flying types for the first time that you've done it. So you go into that, and it's like, I'm fighting level 30s with level 28s that I've never fought before, that high, and I'm still... And I can only use flying types, which I was lucky that I even had 1 or 2 to be able to do it. And Beedrill was like one of my mains, but he doesn't count as a flying type, even though he is literally flying. He's a bug and a poison or whatever. So I got trolled on so many counts, because I thought, okay, I'll go in with Beedrill and I'll be fine. I think I had Pidgeotto, who kind of saved me, or Pidgeot or whatever. I think Pidgeot's the third one, so it couldn't have been that so early on. That was such a troll moment, though. Galad, who's decent. Yeah, I've yet to actually have that happen. Deck is considered... He is considered the most OP theme deck. One consistent. This one, which is less consistent, it can be stronger. 80. So he's about to die either way. He doesn't seem like very interested in damaging mine. Flip 2 coins does 10 the number of heads. I'm not a big fan of some of this RNG stuff, but... He's just kind of letting me tear through some of this, so I'm fine with that. Give me something good. This is going to be search for 2 energy, which could be useful now. Tornadus. 120 basic. It's the kind of stuff I would like to have. I guess you can't complain that much in themed about them having OP stuff, though, because it's all, you know, controlled at least. Dragonair. So many of these I recognize, but I haven't necessarily used them in the experience of playing a game. Like, I guess I end up just sticking to one group the whole way. But I kind of have like a pecking order system. It's like in Fire Emblem, where based on their performance, I'll dock them or give them... So like some underwhelming unit that I don't want to use will do really well. And then I'll say, okay, I'll give it a chance. Oh, here we go, another AoE. That's only the second AoE we've seen the whole time. But yeah, like Pidgey I wasn't intending to use, but then he stood out in that fight so much, I think he earned a spot. He saved me from dying because he was the only flying type, and so then I kept him there. They're kind of a cool moments that can happen. And then maybe somebody underperforms and loses their spot. So you could heal, but I guess I won't do it yet. Get a couple of these. And then Fire Emblem, it matters a lot more because you're just permadeath by default. Like, wait... I thought I had... Oh, I don't have enough to do that. It's permadeath by default, so anytime a unit dies, they just die. For good. Theme deck is 500 coins, so you're almost there. If you want to S tier deck, get the Relentless Flame or the Soaring Storm. I guess I'll look through them. Good thing I got the Psychic out of the way, though. That is so ridiculously good, dude. Holy shit, AoEs are amazing. Because he's just gonna wipe everything at once now. He has 120 HP, so I don't know what I can do about that even. These have 90, but there are... So this kind of discourages you from putting too much stuff on the bench. So you could do a max of 30, which even if it did, wouldn't be that good. Flip 2 coin. Oh no, it can only do 20. So even if this is a fair matchup, this is a really good card at least. Holy shit. 120 with a strong AoE. If it's on your bench... Oh, but it requires something very specific to interact. So I guess that's fair enough. You have to have a basic 120. I was going to say an evolve because it... What is with all these high health values? I was going out of my way to try to do that, but... That's just crazy. 120 for a basic... I'm not even going to get a chance to use either of these. In fact, I'll heal the one on the bench just to try to stay alive. That's insane. Like, I'm about to die on the bench. Now, don't retreat. Yeah, go get a haircut. Fucking cosmetic Pokemon. They were pretty tanky, though. In Pokemon Y. They were pretty hard to kill. There was like a couple that had a pair of them, and I almost died to that, too, in fact. Just because they were so beefy. Heal 60 and remove all special conditions. It's just not going to matter, is it? But I kind of have to do it or it'll just die. I guess the weak thing is it only does 20, period. So if you're doing single target stuff, it'll take it like 5 turns to kill this. But I'm sure he has some other way of doing something. You don't have... Wait, what? It does 80. Oh, it does that anyway. Never mind. So then there is no... It's just a net positive. I'm just dead. There's nothing I can do. Wow. So it does 80 and then 20 to everything. But it does require kind of a synergy, so that's fair enough. If it's on your bench, it does 50 more. So they kind of work together pretty well. Yeah, how much do I actually have? That guy's always the MVP. Or the cow was once. 387. Let me actually look at which ones I'd be able to do. Featured. Where do we look at like the themed ones? Theme deck. So it would say that specifically. So one with Charizard, one with this guy, this guy. Is there another one that involves like psychic-ish types that would actually be better? What is this, like Sun and Moon, Laser Focus? I should get something from X or Y just out of respect for that experience. Because most of these I haven't even played, so. That should be my rule, right? I can only use the very few. Like even the one with Umbreon, Espeon might not be a reference to Colosseum, but that's what I always think of because that's what you start with, right? Your character has Umbreon and Espeon as like his two favorite ones as you're doing like these, every battle is a dual battle. Plasma Blast. X and Y. Yeah, how about this? XY, Froakie, Fennekin. Yeah, are these any good? I wouldn't mind just getting one like this. Resilient Life. I do like that. It might mean they're tanky. How does the trade thing work, too? Oh, of course. Does that actually cost money to do? To upgrade? Let me actually look up. What is that new one and when is it coming out? New Pokemon Online TCG. Experience the newest way to play. Maybe I could sign up for the beta. Add to your collection. I did get in. I was pretty lucky, actually. I got into the Hearthstone beta like right when it came out. That was 2013. And then I played that instead of GTA 5. That shows you my love for card games. Where does it even say, like, the release? Be among the first to hear announcements. Of course, I hadn't heard of this either. Brings players together from all over the world. The UI looks pretty good, too. End turn, 5-6. Oh, but it's already showing all this shit that you don't want to see. You want to start with the basic stuff, and then they can roll out this stuff over time. All these crazy Mega Evolution, whatever the heck. Available soon, as well as Windows and Mac. So it doesn't really give you a estimate. Where to buy? Oh, it's just showing you like in general. Weird. It's kind of just being very nondescript about it. Okay, let me try a couple more. Versus... I kind of want to do Legacy just for the sake of seeing like a lot of other variety of cards, but I guess even these are new to me. It's just over time that becomes super fun because you get to see every card maybe from every expansion ever. So this is that Charizard one we just saw, like one of the newest ones. It's free up to XY included. Older decks are garbage, unfortunately. Yeah, but that's the price you pay for a variety, or just sometimes less is more. It can be more fun. It doesn't cost. It doesn't say the release. It was supposed to be this year. No news in a while. Playing theme decks. Yeah, I'm trying them. Try getting a deck from the first top half. Yeah, Power Creep personified. Try to get the newest thing because it's always going to be better. And all of these bottom half aren't that good. It's like I always try to resist that notion, but it's always true. You can check the cards in the theme decks when going to the shop. Towering Heights and Laser Focus and Battle Mind and Blazing Volcano. Hard to play. Well, isn't this this is Battle Mind, right? Okay, so we do have Curlia, so you may as well just do that. And then I can put some stuff on the bench. So maybe I should put Curlia on the bench just so this one isn't damaged. So I won't put it on the one that I have on the field, or I guess I could just put everything out. But again, if they AoE'd me to death, so I should remember which one that guy had that AoE'd me so bad. And I shouldn't overcommit to the bench in that case. No. Oh, it's still the first turn. I always forget that. It's very unusual to see your opponent with something on the first turn in any of these. That's why it confuses me so much. This one is Mental Might. Oh, really? Battle Mind is also a Psychic theme deck with Mute. Oh, maybe that's what the other guy was using, but I guess that was just a random constructed one. So there's no reason why he would have been using a themed deck anyway. So could you use these in Legacy and stuff too? I feel like it was letting me, or maybe you'd have to take out a few things. It feels like you should just be able to use anything there, because it's like that wouldn't restrict you from using newer cards, but this restricts you from using older cards. Or I mean standard would stop you from using older stuff. Which is kind of ironic that like they would even do that. Because the whole implication with like a standard, like, oh, you can only use stuff from the last 2 years or something, let's say, would imply that some of the older stuff is too strong or somehow would be imbalanced and break stuff, like Sylvanas or something from Hearthstone. But at the same time, people would say, oh, it's... Wow, we have way too many of these. At the same time, people would say, oh, the older stuff is garbage, so I don't really know. So you may as well just stack that up, even though I'm not too impressed by it. Draw a card for each energy attached to it. So we have 2 of these now on the bench, but I don't have to do it yet. Search your deck for a card that evolves from Form 1. From one of your Pokemon and put it onto that. What? I'm gonna have like 3 Curlias available here. Put this onto there. Okay, cool. So I have a lot of evolved stuff on the back rank here. I don't want to put it on the field, honestly. For some reason, I guess since I have so many, though, you may as well. So you can just draw 1 card, then why not? It's weird that it considered an attack, but I guess it's just an ability. So the best case is you do 40, which is not very impressive. If you like Psychic, then Laser Focus or Battle Mind. In Standard and Expanded, yes, but theme decks aren't very competitive there. I guess you could do a half-decent deck by buying 2 Charizard theme decks and 2 Blazing Volcano just to get 4 Welder. you'll have to buy a pre-black and white theme deck. And then I'm also the type to do just weird stuff. I'll try to combine all kinds of things that don't seem like they work together, but try to make them work. Or just do some unique interaction that I like, but that is objectively not good. You can switch them out, but it's almost like you'd want to kill this to stop him from evolving it. Now, I'm actually kind of running dry on energy stuff, so that's unfortunate. Spend one to get one, and then I don't get to put it that late. Like, after the battle phase, you can't put any more energy on, I guess. But yeah, generally, this was pretty fun, actually. I liked it. I guess I'll play it till it dies, and then I'll try the new one. I guess I've kind of tried too many of these, but now I want to try the Warcraft TCG that I never got to play. Because, like, I played Magic for the first time, like, a few weeks ago. What, they just resigned? I don't even mind the whole microtransaction element, but at least they should give you more ways to earn it other than just playing a ton of games. Maybe I should try to get to 500 just to be able to buy one, and then I can try a different one. I guess it isn't that bad, but maybe they give you more rewards at the front of it, and then once you get farther, they'll stop giving you as much, just to get you hooked or whatever. So they're using current somethings, electric. So you could just get hard countered, couldn't you? Like, they'll just, you're using a fire, they're using a water, so you're screwed. It's just a bad matchup. But I guess there's at least some amount of other stuff where you can maybe try to circumvent it. This guy was just amazing for me. You could put everything on the back rank unless you decide to play around the AoE. But I do have the Curlia evolution as well. So you can't evolve on the first turn, can you? Must not be able to. So if you have a stage 2, so this is not stage 2, it's stage 1. I think of this as like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, but... So what does this do again? It does search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon, reveal them, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck afterward. So you get something with high HP. Lucky Helmet, I don't think I've seen that. Whenever the attached one is your active and is damaged by an opponent's attack, draw 2 cards. And of course you put it on something super tanky. So you don't want to let him get to 4 energy. Standard expanded. I guess you could do half decent. Oh, I read that. Welder is in Battle Mine, not Blazing Volcano. Cards will transfer to the new... Oh, really? That's cool. Except for HGSS. Okay, put this. Get 2 basic things. I can upgrade to Curlia. I'll just take... This guy is just my favorite right now. Anything with high HP, and he doesn't even require a special element, so you could use him with all kinds of things. And that first effect is pretty good, but it's hard. I don't think I've gotten a level stage 2 evolution even once so far. Right, I would have to get Gallet or whatever right now. Look at the top 7, you may reveal. Choose something to put in your hand. Do I have the other bat? No, let's just do this guy then. Okay, this looks reasonable, so let's just do... Put a second energy on there, or should I start to... I mean, the card draw maybe could be good. Now, I should try to get this up to 3, especially if he's not going to be hitting me with anything. I feel like I always overcommit with these because it's just so satisfying to put so many. Did you just summon a bunch of monsters in one turn? You're not really summoning them, but still. You kind of are in a manner of speaking, but you can just put as many or as few in your reserve. So the only reason not to put stuff there is either because you want to save the slot for something else, but I think you can just switch them out, or maybe when you switch it out, you kill one, which means that counts against your prize thing. I'm not sure how that works, but the other way is also just so you don't get AoE down and lose them altogether. Oh yeah, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, right? The oldest cards in this. Why did I feel like that came out after Y and stuff? I guess it must not have, right? It was on the DS, or... Because wasn't Y and X like the first to come out on the 3DS? There's so many, it's hard to keep track. I do want to see another one in the graphic style of the old, like, of Coliseum, and it just somehow had like a more serious vibe to it. Realistic graphics. Choose something to put in your hand. I don't have the bat, so I guess I don't see the point in doing that one. I have the healing capacity. He's not really doing anything, though. He must just not have any of the energy cards, so he's letting me just beat into it. Maybe it's a kind of instance where you don't attack because you don't want to give him so many cards. Right, that might... Because 10 damage isn't going to matter, but... Or I could deliberately deck him out, so he could have screwed himself over. Like the Slifer thing. Now at least it's a worthy amount of damage to make it worthwhile. But he doesn't even have any energy cards, I'm assuming. Because like he's not putting any on here at least. Or maybe his strategy is just to buy time with this. He's got a lot of stuff on the bench. This is a legendary whatever. Yeah, basic. Yeah, right, dude. Yes, in what world should that be basic? I guess because it's not an evolution, but, you know. I guess Sword and Shield was the newest one, or was there something after that? Like as far as actual games that came out. Each player switches active with one of the bench. Why would I do that when I'm about to kill this, though? He hasn't done any damage to this thing. He got a lot of card draw out of it, but I guess there's not a whole lot I can do about that. What do I really need now? I'd love to see a stage 2 evolution here. I guess I didn't look at Galad's abilities, but Curlia's just are very underwhelming. Best case, you could just get a lot of card draw out of it. I mean, it'd be amazing that you don't have any energy, but they were holding back on using it on there. I don't really know why. Saved up for that, so whatever I do, it's just going to die anyway. Each player switches the active Pokemon. I can do 60 out of 90, so maybe I don't mind that. Active with one of the bench one. Your opponent switches first. If they don't have a bench one, nothing happens. Would there be any reason to really do that, I wonder? So I should stack these up on something. I can't really decide which one I want to do. 50. I almost just want to do the same thing again, but it feels like it won't be as good now as we go on. Because you have to put 3 on there, and I only have 1. So now I'm actually running dry on energy a bit. Healing it doesn't seem like it would have done anything. What was so... Why did it do so much? 20 times the number... Oh, shit. Of your bench Pokemon. Not much I can do about that. So let's just end off by getting a second thing if I can get to 500, which should be coming soon. I think I'm about to get 75 more. I feel like... I think I got great value out of that, though it hung around so long. But I'm actually struggling on energy here. Maybe I shouldn't have overcommitted to this guy. It's not really worth it to do this now, is it? Each player switches active with benched. So I could choose to do that. Honestly, I will, for whatever reason. Or let's see what they do. I was hoping to try to finish this off after doing that much damage, but it didn't happen. Yeah, what's with these stage 2 evolutions that are so hard to do? So you summon something with 90, it can do 70. But does it self-destruct? You may move all energy from this to the bench Pokemon in any way you like. And it does 72. But does that kill it? It doesn't say anything about that, but that's what, you know, self-destruct would always be the iconic move. It just seems like trash. Like, why would I even want to do this? Ralts. I just can't get the stage 2 stuff. Pull it down to 5. Plenty of stuff on the bench, but seems like their stuff is just better now. This is one where you really appreciate the energy thing that has been such an issue for me. Like this effect even I want to get. But then it doesn't make sense to keep the stage 2 on the back rank for that long. But while you charge it up with energy, I guess. Heal Bell. Heal 10 from each of your Pokemon, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Because if this can only use it if it's out there on the field. And so why would you want to heal your bench? I guess if you switch out. Flip 2 coins. None of these are very good, honestly. I've just been struggling on energy the whole time. So I put 3 into the cow and then it died. So then those 3 go to waste. Need a way to cycle them back, which there were a few things that did. Like gain 2 energy back from your graveyard or whatever. Discard pile. It's more kid friendly, so they won't say graveyard. They'll say whatever, discard. I think that's officially what it's called, right? The real Remock. Wait, what happened to the little decks there? Why did this expand? Aren't we using like a starter thing? Or I mean like a theme deck? I thought the thing was supposed to be on the side there. Like the box. What happened? Why did... Oh, something they played must have caused that to happen. Just like it expanded our benches. I can't keep track of everything that's going on, but... Whatever. 70... It's still hard to kill some of these, but... it's not really worth it putting energy on there. Heal 60 and remove all special conditions. Fine. Just trying to make it last, but it doesn't even really matter that much. So it'll still survive the 70 damage and have a little bit left. But healing it for the 30 isn't going to do anything. Just like once you get that energy on there, it's hard to do anything about it. Like when he buffs his stuff up. I probably should click don't show that again, but just it won't show that particular thing, but it'll still give me other advice, I'm sure. They kind of make this too small. Like what's the need for all this empty space here? Like this should go all the way to the edge. Oh, I guess then you wouldn't be able to see your hand though, that's fine. But like you could always make it wider. Choose one to become your active. I guess I'll do that. All my damage is too low now. That's the problem. I didn't really keep up with the pace of this. He's just going to keep killing my stuff too. I think I'm just going to lose. Doesn't feel like I can do much with this. They even destroyed my box as BM. I don't even get to look at my, whatever it's called, Mind Magic or whatever, Battle Might, Mind, what was it again? There's like one that's called something very similar to it. Mind Battle. 160, of course. Oh, was that like a super effective thing? No? I don't even know where some of this damage is coming from sometimes. I could just stun lock you until I get something I can actually use, but there is nothing. All this is trash. Yeah, why is this seemingly so bad? I could just be getting unlucky or I could be misplaying something, but just a lot of weak stuff that doesn't go anywhere. 31 things left, 20 cards left. Skyfield, each player, oh, this is like a field card. Stadium. When this card leaves play, each player discards bench Pokemon until he has 5 left. The owner of this card discards first. But why would it leave play? Like, what do you have that can destroy it anyway? This card stays in play when you play it. Continuous, and it's more like a field spell than a continuous. Discard this card if another stadium card comes into play. Oh, I see. If another card with the same name is in play, you can't play this card. You can only destroy it with a different. I think that might be the first field card we've seen. just getting absolutely destroyed. But there are no life points or overkill or anything, so it doesn't really matter. That's one very unusual thing about this. You just let the Pokemon take all the damage, right? Do all the dirty work, and you don't suffer anything as the trainer. Whereas in all these others, you're literally getting killed and whacked in the face by stuff. So whereas Magic, you can only go face and you can't hit the minions at all. This is the extreme opposite. You can't go face at all and you can only hit the minions. Like, you can only hit the minions if... What the fuck, dude? Look at some of these damage values. That's a pretty cool way to lose, actually. With the 320 crit. Or not even a crit, just a... So there must not be RNG stuff like that, where you can just randomly do more. It's only based on sort of fixed values. I don't think I'll even be able to get up to the point where I can get another one of these. These will give me some packs, though, but packs aren't as valuable, I guess, as the theme stuff. It just feels like there should be another mode. Let me try Legacy again. Beefy HP thing again. I always start out good because it's hard to get rid of my stuff, but then I don't have any sort of end game plan, like to summon something stronger. Or I do, but I can't get it out. Like, there's so much evolution in here, but I still can't get it to work. Because they kind of conflict with each other, I guess. You just commit to one, like have 4 of each. So 4 basic, 4 stage 1, 4 stage 2. Just so that you're almost guaranteed to get it. And then everything else can just be basic. So just commit to one evolution only. In Hearthstone, you can hit whatever you want, yeah. And in Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! At least they block. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Even when they have stuff on the board, it doesn't block unless it has taunt. Whereas, like in Yu-Gi-Oh! At least you have to get through the stuff before you can hit face. Yeah, there you go. He just feels bad for me because I'm a newbie, maybe. Or he knows it won't be a good game. So you get 20 for that one. In Yu-Gi-Oh! All creatures have taunt. And in Magic, no creatures have taunt. And in this, there's no need for taunt because the trainer's just hiding in the bushes like a coward the whole time. Tails. Would you like to go first? Short. Let's see what we got. Blaziken, nothing to actually summon, which is pretty... Wait. Yeah, let's see what happens now. So I would just lose by default, but it would let me maybe switch out to another hand. And then if that doesn't have anything to summon too... Done to take a mulligan. Would it just let you keep mulliganing over and over? You had to take one mulligan. So it shows them what you discard at least. To any kind of synergy or anything. Not really, just summon that. Put this on the bench. So what did they actually... Nice card back. What did they actually summon? It doesn't show you until their turn, I guess. It was like loading too. So at least I have the type advantage. That's something. Somewhat. But I don't even have any fire to put on that, so I guess I'll just stack up on here. Can't even do anything. Super Saiyan Bra. Saiyan Bra. Trying to think like what other well-known card games are there that I haven't tried. It's always good to try something before it goes out too. Like so many of these things are just hard to play now. Like there is no digital version of Warcraft TCG. Hearthstone is the closest you're gonna get. So if you want to try it, you have to do it through like some other weird third-party thing. I forgot what it's called, but it's like you have to do everything manually. Kind of like how I play Dueling Book is like that for Yu-Gi-Oh! Which doesn't bother me too much, but... In fact, I kind of like that site, but... It's just hard to play those other kind of older formats sometimes. Used to play Magic competitively. I won a few regionals, but never went to international tournaments. That's pretty good, though. I stopped playing and transitioned to Pokemon because I feel like it's a more relaxing game. Makes me happy to play and not constantly stressed. Yeah, I could definitely see that. And this cursor isn't in the game, by the way. It's just something I did for the RP of it. I think it just uses your default cursor, which is why I did that. Retreat cost of each basic is 1 less, so that means he's like a pussy player. He's gonna retreat a lot. Smeargle was in Pokemon Y. I feel like this gives away too much of like what your style of play is gonna be, though. Like, you probably shouldn't use that. You should use like just a blank one. What the fuck, dude? Genesect EX 170. When you attach a plasma energy from your hand to this, you may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. Yeah, by killing it with this, though. Just do it that way. Does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay, that's always not so bad. This has 20 done on it, so even if I do this, it'll do double, but it won't matter. Instead of 10, it'll do 20. Amazing. This is so trash. Can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with that. I'm just not getting any evolutions. It's a lot harder than I would have thought. Wait, does this apply to me too? Yeah, for everything that's basic. I guess it's good just so that you can save it from dying, but it's not like I have anything that good anyway. Wait, why did they even do that? Once during your turn, if it's your active Pokemon, you may look at your opponent's hand. If you do, choose a supported card. Use the effect of the card. Tail Wrap. So I could do this into this, but then I still don't have the third form. And it's too much conflicting with all these different elements. And by all of these, I mean like 2. Oh, he's doing it to counter the whole fire. Super effective. He was afraid of taking 20. Like, that really matters. Professor Juniper, discard your hand and draw, what, 7 cards? So it's the same as whatever I just did. Oh, it's just a cooler looking one. They have to even flex on you like that. Even if they don't have better cards objectively, like from Power Creep and newer stuff, they have just cooler looking versions of the same cards that you have. It always has to be something. Verdant Wind, Emerald Slash. Basic, but it has all this cool multicolor stuff going on. I don't know if that means it's like a very good card or if it's just like a cosmetic thing they get, like a special version of it. Different art. I mean, it seems like you get a certain amount of stuff just even for losing, but it would take a certain amount of patience, I guess, to get a lot of good. And I'm not even the type who really cares. Choose something to become your active. I'm not even the type who necessarily cares about using the best stuff or the meta stuff anyway, because I often have more fun not doing that, but it's even just to create whatever weird stuff I want to make. And I guess you have to... Fuck, I can't even use this. I guess he can fill in the slot of the 2... One of those 2 for the second attack for 40 plus. Flip a coin, so you only need one of the actual rock or fighting type things, which they do seem to overlap, because this would be rock type, not fighting. It's interesting how they tried to simplify some of the elements. In particular, I find it very interesting that everything only has one weakness, unless some special circumstance occurs. So you might say he's hard countering me, but actually the fire would hard counter him if I could actually get it out. This would do like 260, but I just can't get to that point. That is a pretty cool animation. Put this out, I guess. It just feels so powerless in some of these. Like, I just can't even do anything. Fuck. This does 10 damage to itself. 30. Yeah, I don't even have the type advantage right now. If I got this out, I might have some weird chance of actually winning. If I got it out with 3 things on it, because then you could just start doing 130 to everything. And there is no limit to how many times you can do stuff, because there is no, like, PP, like I said. I can't even put any of this out there. Yeah, I think I have too much evolution stuff in this one. So half of your stuff is just unplayable right out of the gate. So by trying to get a single stage 2 evolution off, I get none because they keep overlapping with each other. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 2. Played a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, Keyforge, Fresh and Blood, Dragon Ball, and even Naruto. Oh yeah, I forgot there even was a Dragon Ball one. Avid TCG player. Pokemon is the one I like the most at the minute. It's because you have no search cards. I think I have a few of them, but not enough probably. Come on, just give me 500 so I can get something, and that's all I wanted. And then I can try it another time. Where is this? I'll do a couple more, maybe themed ones. The 75 would just about do it. Legacy, let's do theme. It even seems like they're encouraging people to do that because they put it at the top. Just to show like, oh, don't worry about the power creep stuff. Win streak 0. What does that mean? Guest player. Oh, because I don't have my... I didn't make like a proper account. Almost there. And then I'll pick one that's suboptimal just because I think it looks cool. But yeah, get one of the newer ones. I'll just get like maybe the newest one. Just to... whatever. Because it might be better. So then the card... You can't use the cards you get from this, can you? Like freely in other decks, or can you? Or maybe I already did do that. Without realizing it. Okay. You had to take a mulligan. Now this, I can't even blame it, like, oh, you know, it's my own not having good cards, because this is just a random pre-constructed thing. I guess that's my problem. Like, I could have been competitive like in Hearthstone. I did get to Legend and stuff like that, but I just got so bored of it because it ends up being so repetitive. Like, you keep playing the same things over and over against the people who are using the same things too. Because there's only like 2 or 3 really top tier decks that you're gonna use, so it gets kind of stale. I like these people who just resign right away for some reason. Oh, is he using the same thing? I didn't even notice that. Yeah, so now there's no excuse at all. Mirror matchup. May the best player win. Paralyzed. Oh, this could just be an endless cycle of us just paralyzing one another. Each player draws 2 cards. I guess that could just be bad luck that you get this as like your first one. But I'm not even mad about it because I probably would have bought it if I didn't know any better. Just because, or I would have chose it because I love Psychic so much. Yeah, so you can do a amazing 40 damage if you get lucky, or you can draw 2 cards, which could be good to be able to draw like 2 or 3 just like that, but weakness, well, they're weak to themselves, I guess. Okay, forgot about that. Or that would be like Psychic versus Ghost or something. Ghost is weak to itself. I feel like Psychic is not ever weak to itself. I guess I could just do this. A little bit beefy. Doesn't have enough, but it can use any element at least, so that's good. I lost the ability to summon my Curlia, though. I don't know what these even evolve into, or can they not even evolve? Oh yeah, you're gonna flex that on me when I've been trying to get that all day. A stage 2 of any kind. So what is so good about this? Does 20... Yeah, it should be good because the first 2 suck so bad. 20 times the amount, like the Gyarados effect kind of. 20 times the amount of energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Okay, that's unbelievable. You got... It takes your bench into account. Swift Lunge for 80, costs 3. Your opponent switches the defending thing with one of the benched one. Before or after? It must be after. So what if you kill it? Then they'll have to switch anyway. This you can just do for like... This is basically almost dead anyway. That's just like bad luck. We're using the same exact thing, but they got out their stage 2 and I didn't. I have not gotten a single stage 2 play all day. And mostly it's not even my fault. Because like it's just been in this constructed, I'm pre-constructed anyway. So bring out this just to die? Probably not. I should bring it out with like 3 and just get 1 solid hit off for 50 anyway. 2 basic. I guess you could do this just to get a Curly Owl, but unless I get the Gallad, it's not going to mean anything. So keep it on the bench until you're actually ready to do something. What? Oh, I didn't realize this was even... What is the first thing? Energy Salon. Search your deck for up to 3 different types of energy cards. Add them to your hand. That could be good. I am running dry on them, actually. Very useful effect right now. Wait, up to 3. Oh, you can only do it if they're different types, which of course this doesn't have. That's kind of a poor synergy then. That'd be good if you're using like a multi-type. Things like that. In all card games, there's always a meta. Yeah, that's true. If you like Psychic, the best Psychic is Laser Focus. I don't know if I want to buy 2 Psychic ones now, though. Maybe I should just get something different. This one I can't even complain about, because not only is it pre-constructed, but we're using the same exact thing. You're gonna get stunned by your own lesser form. This actually is a reason not to promote, because you're better off doing this than... Right, if you get the paralysis, it's actually better for now. Pretty cool presentation and everything, though. I like it. Oh, that punishes me for not doing it last turn, though. Because then I'd be ready to... Well, but then he would have just been able to destroy it, though. Thanks for the follow. Let's do... Wait, will I be able to buy a turn? I think he's just going to be able to one-shot it, isn't he? 80, 70. They're so squishy, too. Damn it, I finally have a chance to. I'm getting trolled by the stage 2 thing. At least we get to see a sick animation. But yeah, this is like whoever gets it first wins, because you're even weak to your own element. Damn. Never get to see that. Flip a coin if its heads draw 3. Compared to ones that just let you draw 3, period, like the Tierno or whatever. So I don't really get... Yeah, this is just trash. Why would you ever have this? Relying on a coin flip versus just... Okay, you obviously win. Whatever. So many rolls, but never a Curly. We got 1, and then just on the wrong turn. Because you obviously can't evolve twice in the same one. So this is actually pretty good, but it's so hard to get to it. And even then, the HP value is not that impressive compared to some of these, because it's like... Even if I got another... I should really keep this on the bench, but it doesn't even matter. MVP is a bad that doesn't even do anything. New challenge, take 2 prize cards, which I've done multiple times. How does this even work? Like, what do you need to... I don't get it. Whatever, that's good enough. Oh, thanks for all the follows. Definitely try this again sometime, and I'll obviously try the new one. Can you even sign up for the, like, the closed beta or whatever? I'll try to anyway. See you later.